have in fact gathered in large number with a lot of banners saying that Satyamev Jayate, Rahul ji Sangharsh Karo, hum tumhare saath hai. Apart from that, there are in fact leaders, most of these supporters have in fact come within from Delhi, and they all have been saying that they want to now see Rahul Gandhi leave for Parliament and want to see him inside the Parliament, sitting inside the Parliament, and that is why you can see from AICC office to Gen 10 Janpad, there is in fact a huge crowd that has in fact gathered here. Now another banner over here says Rahul ji Sangharsh Karo, Desh aapke saath hai.
All right, Shireen and Pallavi, do stay with us. We're going to show our viewers some exclusive visuals that we're getting right now. We can see Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge. He's feeding sweets to everybody. This is all in celebration of the fact that Rahul Gandhi has now been reinstated as a member of Parliament. And these are the visuals that we're bringing you of the Congress celebrations. We just gave you a short ground report from CNN News 18 Shireen Elizabeth, showing you the celebrations that are taking place outside of the Congress office. These are visuals of important members of the Congress now celebrating the fact that Rahul Gandhi has been reinstated as a member of Parliament. Again, sweets are being distributed. Everybody looks very happy. Again, a very exciting moment for the opposition, specifically, of course, the Congress, because they have their MP back, Rahul Gandhi, who was formerly the chief of the Congress. Now, we're going to be crossing over back to our reporters. We have CNN News 18's Shireen Elizabeth on the ground tracking all of the celebrations. We also have CNN News 18's senior editor who's going to be analyzing more about what all of this means. Pallavi, so we're coming to you first. Now, we've just been able to show our viewers all the celebrations that are taking place. We're showing them visuals right now of celebrations where Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge is distributing sweets as well.
Well, I mean, there is this opposition meeting, and in fact, the Lok Sabha MPs meeting scheduled at 10:30. So those pictures are essentially coming out of that. And I guess we will see Rahul Gandhi enter the Parliament premises anytime now. That's what the Congress party is saying. Well, we have been getting you, Shireen has been getting us all those pictures from inside the Congress headquarters. And I can understand why the Congress party wants to celebrate what they do see as their big moment. But inside Parliament also, you're going to be seeing not just the Congress celebrating, but yet another push or thrust for India front opposition unity. If you look very carefully, not just today, but since yesterday also, one opposition leader after another, whether it has been the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, whether it has been Mahua Maitro, the Trinamool Congress, all of them have congratulated Rahul Gandhi and at the same time making an attack on the Speaker, asking why is it that he's not yet been reinstated. Speaker's office has been consistently telling us that you have to understand that there is a weekend in place. On a weekend, we cannot issue the notification. So even before the House reconvenes by 11 a.m., you did see Rahul Gandhi has been reinstated. Of course, in all probability, he is going to be attending the Parliament session in Lok Sabha today onwards. Tomorrow, of course, the no confidence motion takes. But just to go back to Parliament, and I'm sure we're going to start getting those pictures in a short while from now when Rahul Gandhi enters Lok Sabha. It is going to be a moment which the Congress party will celebrate as a moment of victory for the truth and his fight for truth. And that's exactly what the opposition parties of the India front will also celebrate, to say that, look, this is one big hurdle we have crossed. We have ensured that the judiciary has vindicated us, and this is going to be the beginning of the moment when we are going to start defeating the BJP. That play of political strategy, you're certainly going to be seeing inside Parliament in a short while from now.
Absolutely. Pallavi, do stay with us. We're just going to listen into a reaction that's coming in. That's from Prahlad Joshi.
कम से कम जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन के बीच में जब चलता है विषय, थोड़ा संयम तो रखना पड़ेगा। तो ऐसे तो बाकी एमपीस को भी हुआ है, तो इसलिए जो कानूनी प्रक्रिया है, संवैधानिक प्रक्रिया है, वो प्रक्रिया हमने बिना डिले किया है।
जानबूझकर देरी की गई है सर। उसी समय
नहीं, क्या उसी समय का सुप्रीम कोर्ट डिसीजन आने के बाद ऑर्डर कॉपी पूछा था, ऑर्डर देने के बाद तुरंत कर दिया है।
तुरंत की सदस्यता ली थी तो 24 घंटे के।
नहीं, वो तो उस दिन वर्किंग अवर्स था जी।
सर राहुल गांधी को अब सदन में आप लोग मिस तो नहीं करेंगे?
सर अविश्वास।
CNN News 18 senior editor Pallavi Ghosh to tell us more about the impact of this. Pallavi, how exactly do you think this is going to impact the rest of the alliance partners when it comes to the INDIA?
In fact, we're going to start seeing those pictures in a short while from now, which we have just put out, where the celebration laddus are being shared, not just by the Congress leaders, but also by the opposition front members as well. The opposition front meeting is taking place even as we speak. And in that opposition front meeting, they are going to make, and they already have made, Rahul Gandhi's reinstatement as a member of parliament as one big issue. And this is exactly what we are talking about. It's not just the Congress which would want to celebrate, but naturally, but also the opposition parties to make it as a point of a sense of opposition unity, to showcase the fact that this is just the beginning of our victory march, to use the words of the opposition parties. And in these pictures which we put out, you can actually see many of the leaders, say from the DMK, I can see Sudip Bandyopadhyay, for example, from the Trinamool Congress. So it is not just going to be the Congress's big moment, but also that of the opposition parties.
All right, and now just to also get a quick update, do we know whether Sonia Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi, have they reacted yet?
No, they haven't reacted yet, but I'm going to wait for Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's tweet in a short while from now, and I'm sure she's going to be celebrating it. Remember, she had at a time when when he was restored, his conviction was stayed. That is something which she had done, and this is going to be a big moment certainly for the family, and this is something which the Congress party and the India Front opposition also is going to milk it.
Absolutely, it's going to have a very significant impact when it comes to the opposition, the opposition alliance, the INDIA. I'm curious, how do you think this is going to change the opposition strategy when it comes to parliament proceedings?
I didn't get your question. Changed? If you could repeat it, please.
Sure. How do you think this is going to impact the opposition strategy when it comes to parliament proceedings, if at all?
I don't think it's going to change the opposition strategy. I think it is in sync with the opposition strategy. And the opposition strategy is essentially that every moment is going to be used to their advantage. What is perhaps going to change is that Rahul Gandhi was earlier not listed as a speaker in a no-confidence motion. But tomorrow, when the no-confidence motion begins, Rahul Gandhi, in all probability and possibility, could be one of the key speakers for the side of the Congress party. In a recap again, last time round when the no-confidence motion was moved against the Modi government, he was one of the key speakers. And you remember that moment when he had walked up to hug the Prime Minister. Will he actually do that? I think he's also going to ride high on Bharat Jodo Yatra's success, in their words, and also the fact is the stay he's got on his conviction from the Supreme Court. But what is it that the BJP plans to do? BJP is certainly going to pin on the fact that while the court may have given relief to Rahul Gandhi, it also pulled him up and said that politicians must be careful about the words they use. And therefore, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party should not see this as a complete victory. There is a grey area which the Congress party really needs to keep in mind.
Absolutely. Pallavi, I request that you do stay with us. We're going to be crossing over very quickly to CNN News 18's Shreen Elizabeth, who is once again reporting on the celebrations that are taking place outside of the Congress office. Shreen, tell us more about what's taking place around you.
Well, the celebration continues outside 10 Janpat, where Rahul Gandhi is in fact staying along with Sonia Gandhi. Now, this is what was seen outside the The celebration continues. The sweets are being distributed. Apart from that, the firecrackers are being bursted. Now, almost after 155 days is now Rahul Gandhi has in fact been reinstated as the member of parliament, and that is why the celebration that started on Friday after the Supreme Court order continues here outside AICC, outside 10 Janpat. Now, what our sources have in fact been telling us is that by today itself, in all probability, Rahul Gandhi will in fact be going back to Parliament. From his residence here will in fact be leaving for Parliament and will be going today itself. And in all likelihood, what the Congress MPs have in fact been suggesting is that tomorrow, when the no confidence motion discussion is going to take place in Parliament, in all probability they are hoping that Rahul Gandhi could speak in Parliament. Now, one of the leaders who I spoke to in the morning has in fact said that though the no confidence motion has in fact been passed by Gaurav Gogoi, but even then, on behalf of Gaurav Gogoi, any MP in the House could speak on no confidence motion. So could that be Rahul Gandhi is the question now. But right
उसका विरोध करते हुए नजर आ रहे
when she stays,
में नहीं जा सकते क्योंकि उनकी
is not going to end anytime soon. There is in fact dancing, dhol and nagaras that are in fact going on.
यानी कि मैक्सिमम सजा दी गई थी और उसके बाद उनकी
Some more breaking news coming in. This is in connection with the fact that Rahul's status as an MP has been restored. Mallikarjun Kharge has called it a welcome step. That's a reaction coming in from the Congress chief. Remember, this is the reaction from Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge, saying that it's a welcome step now that Rahul Gandhi has been reinstated as a member of parliament. We're crossing back over to CNN News 18 senior editor Pallavi. So, a reaction from the Congress chief, essentially saying it's a welcome step. Pallavi, can you hear us? All right, we'll try to re-establish that connection, but for right now, again, it's relief for the people of Wayanad. Remember, because Rahul Gandhi has been reinstated as a member of parliament and he represents the Wayanad constituency. Now remember, what's essentially going to be coming up is that he's likely to join the monsoon session of parliament, which is underway. Remember, he hasn't been present on any of the days during the monsoon session of parliament because he was disqualified as an MP. But remember, just a few days ago, the Supreme Court had put a stay on that conviction, and that essentially paved the way for Rahul Gandhi to be reinstated as a member of parliament. And again, it was first on CNN News 18. We brought you first the news of the fact that Rahul Gandhi had been reinstated. And again, we showed you visuals of the Congress celebrations that are taking place both inside and outside of the office. And Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress chief, has now called it a welcome step, a big reaction. All right, now we're going to be crossing over to CNN News 18's Anjali, who's joining us from the newsroom to tell us more about this latest reaction.
Right, Aisha. So, Amit, the celebrations that are ongoing at the Congress office, a lot of reactions are also pouring in after Rahul Gandhi has been reinstated as Lok Sabha MP. We have reaction from Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, who has tweeted out saying that the decision to reinstate Shri Rahul Gandhi as an MP is a welcome step. It brings relief to the people of India and especially to Wayanad. Whatever time is left of their tenure, BJP and Modi government should utilize that by concentrating on actual governance rather than denigrating democracy by targeting opposition leaders. So this is the latest reaction that we're getting in from Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge after Rahul Gandhi has been reinstated as Lok Sabha MP. We also have other reactions. Congress MP Manikam Tagore has also tweeted out saying that he welcomes this decision and that conspiracy has been defeated and Rahul Gandhi returns. In fact, we also have reactions from the NCP. NCP's Clyde Crasto has tweeted out congratulating MP Rahul Gandhi. Now, it is pertinent to note that he has specifically mentioned Member of Parliament before Rahul Gandhi. So remember, this is a big day for the Congress party as well as Rahul Gandhi, as Rahul Gandhi has now been reinstated.
He mentioned why Rahul Gandhi should be.
बाद भी देश के 18,000 गांवों तक बिजली नहीं पहुंच सकी थी। यही वजह है कि देश के 16 करोड़ से ज्यादा ग्रामीण घरों को कांग्रेस और उसके जैसी सोच वाले दलों ने अपने भ्रष्टाचार और भ्रष्ट नेताओं के एडजस्टमेंट का अड्डा बना दिया था। कांग्रेस के राज में पंचायती राज संस्थाओं को सशक्त करने के ठोस प्रयास कभी नहीं किए। ज्यादातर कार्रवाई आंकड़ों में और कागजों में ही सीमित रही और जम्मू कश्मीर तो इसका सबसे बड़ा उदाहरण है। 2019 में आर्टिकल 370 हटने के बाद वहां पहली बार ग्राम पंचायत से लेकर जिला स्तर तक के चुनाव हुए। इनमें अब वहां 33,000 से ज्यादा स्थानीय जनप्रतिनिधि निर्वाचित हुए। पहली बार वहां जमीनी स्तर पर लोकतंत्र स्थापित हुआ है। अब बताइए, आजादी के इतने सालों के बाद। साथियों, आप ये भी जानते हैं कि 2014 के बाद से भाजपा सरकार ने जिला परिषद और स्थानीय स्वराज को मजबूत करने के लिए कितना काम किया है। पंचायती राज संस्थाओं के लिए 2 लाख करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा का प्रावधान किया गया है। ये पिछली सरकार के मुकाबले 3 गुना ज्यादा है। पिछले 9 वर्षों में देश में 30,000 से ज्यादा नए पंचायत घरों का निर्माण हुआ है। इसके अलावा अनेक क्षेत्रों में डिस्ट्रिक्ट डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल और ब्लॉक डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल के लिए नए ऑफिसों का भी निर्माण किया गया है। साथियों, विकसित भारत के लिए आपके जिले का विकसित होना भी उतना ही जरूरी है। और इसलिए जब भाजपा के जिला परिषद के नेता यहां बैठे हैं, आप सबको 2 दिन में कई विषय चर्चा में आएंगे, लेकिन आप आपस में भी बात कीजिए कि 2047 में हमारा जिला भी विकसित होना चाहिए। देश के किसी भी पैरामीटर में पीछे नहीं होना चाहिए। इसके लिए हम कैसे काम करेंगे, कौन क्या काम करेगा, कब काम किया जाएगा, आप अपना 5 साल का नक्शा तैयार कर लीजिए। वैसे 5-5 साल की योजना बनाकर 47 तक, और इसके लिए आपके जिले में कौन कौन सी योजनाएं जरूरी है, आपको इस पर दिमाग खपाना चाहिए। सरकारी अफसरों को लेकर बैठ करके चर्चा करनी चाहिए। कई जिले ऐसे होते हैं जहां एक योजना जरूरी नहीं होती, लेकिन दूसरी बहुत जरूरी होती है। अब आप तय कर सकते हैं क्या, आज जब दुनिया में भारत का नाम हो रहा है, आपके जिले के वो कौन से उत्पाद है, किसानों की वो कौन सी पैदावार है, कारखानों में से बनी हुई वो कौन सी चीज है जो दुनिया के बाजार में पहुंचेगी, जिले से एक्सपोर्ट होगा। क्या कभी आपने उन लोगों की मीटिंग बुलाई कि भाई बताइए आपकी कौन सी चीज विदेश जा सकती है? आपके जिले में जीएसटी कलेक्शन, क्या कभी जिले का हिसाब लगाया कि पहले की तुलना में कितना जीएसटी कलेक्शन बढ़ा है? चोरी तो नहीं हो रही है, कोई गड़बड़ तो नहीं हो रही है। जितना ज्यादा जीएसटी कलेक्शन होगा उतना विकास के लिए धन उपलब्ध होगा। आपके जिले से ऐसी कौन सी विशेष उत्पाद है जिसको जीआई टैग मिले? और आजकल दुनिया में जीआई टैग वाली चीजों की मांग बन गई है। अब आपको ढूंढना चाहिए ऐसा काम करने वाले लोगों को। अब आपको पता होगा, मेरे यहां बनारस का पान जो है ना, वो भी जीआई टैग है। तो ऐसी बहुत सी चीजें आपके यहां भी हो सकती है। आपके जिले में ज्यादा से ज्यादा घरों में रूफटॉप सोलर पैनल, ये अभियान कैसे चले? क्या जिले में 5 गांव ऐसे बना सकते हैं जो पूरी तरह सोलर एनर्जी से चलते हो? अभी आपको पता होगा, यूनाइटेड नेशंस के महासचिव देखने के लिए गए थे मोढेरा। देश का पहला सोलर विलेज बना है। आपने सोचा है कि आपके जिले में क्या करेंगे? क्या आपने सोचा है कि आपके जिले की जितनी सारी स्ट्रीट लाइट्स हैं, एक भी स्ट्रीट लाइट ऐसा न हो जहां का बल्ब एलईडी बल्ब ना हो? डेली पूछा जाए उसके कारण बिजली का पैसा बचेगा, वो और काम में आएगा। आप ये तय कीजिए, जैसे पूरे देश में चला है 1 डिस्ट्रिक्ट 1 प्रोडक्ट, आपके जिले में 1 डिस्ट्रिक्ट 1 प्रोडक्ट योजना, उसको कैसे मजबूत किया जाए, उसको कैसे विस्तार किया जाए, और जो लोग 1 डिस्ट्रिक्ट 1 प्रोडक्ट की पहचान बन रही है, आपके जिले को पूरा राज्य और पूरा देश इस प्रोडक्ट के नाते जाना जाए, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? उसी प्रकार से एग्रीकल्चर का भी हो सकता है कि आपके जिले में कौन सी ऐसी फसल है जिसके कारण आपका जिला पहचाना जाए, ये ताकत देता है। उसी प्रकार से देश के नौजवान बहुत तेजी से खेलकूद की दुनिया में आगे आ रहे हैं। आप तय कीजिए, आपके जिले में खेलकूद की सबसे ज्यादा महारत है, ऐसे 1 या 2 या 3 खेल कौन से हैं? पूरी ताकत जिले में 2 या 3 खेलों पर लगाई जाए और राष्ट्रीय अंतर्राष्ट्रीय खिलाड़ी तैयार किए जाए, खेलकूद के मैदान तैयार किए जाए। आपका जिला खेलकूद में भी राज्य में पहले नंबर कैसे आए, देश में पहले नंबर कैसे आए, ये नेतृत्व आपको देना होगा। ज्यादा से ज्यादा खेलकूद की स्पर्धाएं होनी चाहिए, खेल के मैदान भरे हुए होने चाहिए। देश के नौजवानों को, अभी मैं मध्य प्रदेश गया था, शहडोल आदिवासी क्षेत्र है, एक छोटा सा इलाका, 1000 से ज्यादा वहां फुटबॉल की टीमें हैं, 1000 से ज्यादा फुटबॉल क्लब है, और उसका परिणाम ये आया है कि उस इलाके में नशे वगैरह जैसी बदियां, बुरी बुरी चीजें प्रवेश नहीं कर पाई है। साथियों, ऐसे अनेक विषय हैं जिस पर आप लोग चर्चा कर सकते हैं, टारगेट तय कर सकते हैं, हर महीना उसका रिपोर्टिंग ले सकते हैं। और साथियों, जनता जनार्दन ईश्वर का रूप होती है। हमको कहीं पर भी काम करने का जनता ने अवसर दिया, मतलब जी जान से जुटना ही है, परमात्मा की सेवा करने जैसा काम है। साथियों, आपके पास एक जिला पंचायत डेवलपमेंट प्लान भी होना चाहिए। इसमें आप तय समय में अपने लक्ष्यों को हासिल करने का रोडमैप बना सकते हैं। साथियों, भाजपा के प्रतिनिधि के तौर पर आपको पंचायत व्यवस्था का लाभ समाज की आखिरी पंक्ति में खड़े आखिरी व्यक्ति तक पहुंचाना है। और मैं आप जिला के नेताओं से आग्रह करूंगा, आप सप्ताह में 2 रात अपने क्षेत्र के किसी न किसी छोटे स्थान पर जाकर के रात को रुकना चाहिए, वहां के लोगों के साथ बैठना चाहिए। सप्ताह में 2 दिन ये कोई बहुत मुश्किल काम नहीं है, आप ये कर सकते हैं। कहीं गांव गए, रात को वापस आ गए, ऐसा नहीं, वहां रुकना मतलब रुकना है। आप देखिए, इतने से ही फर्क शुरू हो जाएगा। आप जानते हैं कि आज केंद्र सरकार हर योजना के 100% सैचुरेशन का लक्ष्य लेकर चल रही है, और ये तभी संभव है जब गांव-गांव में हम इस लक्ष्य को हासिल करें, और जब हम 100% सभी हितकारी को 100% लाभ पहुंचाने में सफल होते हैं, तो जातिवाद भी नहीं रहता है, परिवारवाद भी नहीं रहता है, मेरा तेरा भी नहीं रहता है, भ्रष्टाचार के लिए जगह नहीं रहती है, सच्चे अर्थ में सामाजिक न्याय होता है, सच्चे अर्थ में सेक्युलरिज्म होता है। और इसलिए 100% ये हमारा लक्ष्य रहना चाहिए। पिछले 9 वर्षों में किसानों के लिए बीज से बाजार तक ऐसी व्यवस्था का निर्माण किया गया है जिससे खेती की लागत कम हो और आय बढ़े। अप्राकृतिक खेती इसको बड़ा बल दिया जा रहा है। पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि के तहत ये आंकड़ा भी बहुत बड़ा है और ये मोदी की गारंटी है। देखिए कैसे काम होता है। 2019 में जब मैंने शुरू किया तो लोग कहते हैं तो चुनाव है कर रहे हैं। मोदी की गारंटी चुनावी वादे नहीं होती है। मोदी जब गारंटी देता है तो उसको जमीन पे उतार के रहता है। प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान निधि के तहत 2,60,000 करोड़ रुपए किसानों के खाते में सीधे जमा कराए जा चुके हैं। ये आंकड़ा याद।
We're cutting across live to the Parliament of the country where both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha sessions are currently underway. Remember, this is the monsoon session of the Parliament and 5 days are remaining for the monsoon session to end. You are looking at the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, who has commenced the proceedings in the House, and also the Vice President.
राजेंद्र अग्रवाल जी, कांग्रेस चीनी भाई धन्यवाद। माननीय मंत्री जी, अध्यक्ष जी, माननीय मंत्री जी ने उत्तर दिया है। उसके अनुसार 6 परिपथ इको परिपथ थीम के अंतर्गत स्वीकृत किए गए हैं। उत्तराखंड में है, तेलंगाना, केरल, मिजोरम, मध्य प्रदेश और झारखंड। लेकिन उत्तर प्रदेश का इसमें एक भी सर्किट नहीं है। तो मैं ये जानना चाहता हूं माननीय मंत्री जी से कि ये जो इको टूरिज्म के सर्किट हैं, इसका चयन किस आधार पर किया जाता है? क्या केंद्र सरकार अपने स्तर पर करती है या प्रदेश सरकार के द्वारा भेजे गए प्रस्तावों के आधार पर करती है? और उत्तर प्रदेश का सर्किट इसके अंदर कोई भी क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि इको टूरिज्म की दृष्टि से उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर बहुत ऐसी संभावनाएं हैं जिनको इस योजना में शामिल किया जा सकता है।
माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, माननीय सदस्य ने जो प्रश्न पूछा है कि इको टूरिज्म उत्तर प्रदेश में एक ही प्रोजेक्ट दिया नहीं है। सर, मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि टूरिज्म को उसका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर खड़ा करना ये राज्य सरकार का काम होता है। टूरिज्म मिनिस्ट्री का वहां का काम होता है और इसको फाइनेंशियली मदद करना।
आप सदन नहीं चलाना चाहते, ये नारेबाजी का स्थान है। प्रश्नकाल समय के अंदर आप सदन नहीं चलाना चाहते, ये व्यवस्था अच्छी नहीं है। फिर माननीय सदस्यों से आग्रह करता हूं, ये सदन नारेबाजी के लिए नहीं है। सदन में प्रश्नकाल महत्वपूर्ण समय होता है। आप चर्चा कराएं, संवाद करें। इस महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर आप सरकार की जवाब देते कर सकते हैं। आप यहां नारेबाजी करने आते हैं। सदन की कार्रवाई आज 12 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
The Parliament, the Lok Sabha stands adjourned till 12 noon today as the sloganeering was continuing and Speaker Om Birla has decided to just stall the proceedings of the House till 12 noon. We have right now cut across to the Rajya Sabha where the Vice President and the Rajya Sabha Chairperson, Mr. Jagan Mohan, is speaking.
Put on an outstanding performance to clinch gold medal in women's compound team event. Honorable members, this has been India's best ever performance at the World Archery Championships. Their achievements reflect our rapid stride forward in the arena of sports and is testimony to the unwavering focus, tremendous hard work and wholehearted dedication of our sports persons. This is also on account of affirmative government initiatives and policies. Their exemplary performance is bound to inspire and motivate the nation. On behalf of the House and my own, I extend our felicitations to the archers and wish them all the success in their future endeavors. We hope they will to bring laurels and make the nation proud by their achievements. Papers to be laid on the table. General Retired V.K. Singh.
Sir, with your permission, I rise to lay papers on the table of the House as mentioned against my name at serial number 2A in the list of business today.
Shri V. Muralidharan, Respected Chairman, sir, with your permission, I rise to lay on the table of the House the papers listed against my name at serial number 2B in today's list of business. Sri Rameshwar Teli.
महोदय, मैं आपकी अनुमति से आज की कार्यसूची के क्रम संख्या 2G पर मेरे नाम से उल्लेखित दस्तावेज राज्यसभा के पटल पर रखता हूं। धन्यवाद।
Messages from Lok Sabha Secretary General.
Sir, with your kind permission, I rise to report that the Lok Sabha at its sitting held on 4th August 2023 passed 1. The Indian Institutes of Management Amendment Bill 2023 and 2. The Inter-Services Organizations Command, Control and Discipline Bill 2023. I lay a copy each of the said bills on the table.
Report of the Department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Personnel, Public Grievances, Law and Justice, Sri P. Wilson.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. With your permission, I raise to present the 133rd report in English and Hindi of the Department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee on Personnel, Public Grievances, Law and Justice on the subject judicial processes and their reforms. Thank you, Chairman, sir.
माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, उपभोक्ता मामले, खाद्य और सार्वजनिक वितरण मंत्रालय, खाद्य और सार्वजनिक वितरण विभाग से संबंधित मोटे अनाजों का उत्पादन और वितरण विषय पर उपभोक्ता मामले, खाद्य और सार्वजनिक वितरण संबंधी स्थायी समिति 2022-23 के 21वें निवेदन के एक प्रति हिंदी और अंग्रेजी संस्करण पर पटल पर रखता हूं।
Statement by Minister Shri Ajay Bhatt.
माननीय सभापति, माननीय चेयरमैन सर, आपकी अनुमति से मैं आज की कार्यसूची में मेरे नाम के सम्मुख अंकित रक्षा मंत्रालय से संबंधित अनुदानों की मांगों 2022-23 सामान्य रक्षा बजट, सीमा संगठन, सीमा सड़क संगठन, भारतीय तटरक्षक, रक्षा संपदा संगठन, रक्षा सार्वजनिक उपक्रम, कैंटीन स्टोर विभाग, पूर्व सैनिकों का कल्याण और रक्षा पेंशन मांग संख्या।
We have cut across live to the proceedings that are happening in the upper house of the parliament. Remember, this is a big day for the Aam Aadmi Party as far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned, because the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023, after having been passed in the Lok Sabha through a voice vote and after the opposition India Alliance staged a walkout, now is all set to be taken up in the upper house of the parliament. And there are attempts that are being made by the opposition parties so that at least in the upper house of the parliament, the bill cannot be passed. However, we do know that currently in the Rajya Sabha, there are a total of 245 seats, of which 8 are vacant, and that makes a total number of seats at 237, and the majority mark needed to pass the bill is 119. Let me actually cut across to my colleague Pallavi Ghosh, who joins us live on the broadcast this morning. Pallavi, if you talk about the proceedings of the Lok Sabha first, it started and ended in no time. There has been an adjournment till 12 noon. The important aspect right now is the reinstatement preparation as far as Rahul Gandhi's seat in the Lok Sabha is concerned. So that discussion is still pending, and also the no confidence motion. What are you expecting through the day, considering the Manipur situation remains as tense and the opposition will be ready to corner the government over it, and of course the procedural reinstatement of Rahul Gandhi is also to happen?
No, the procedural reinstatement of Rahul Gandhi has already happened.
Okay.
The notification has already been issued by the Speaker's office. That is the reinstatement. Now, all that remains is when Rahul Gandhi decides to come inside Parliament.
Okay.
As of now, he's inside tension, but maybe he comes to Parliament a little later in the day. Lok Sabha, of course, has been adjourned till noon, so it's quite possible he comes in, goes to the Speaker's office once again to thank him, and then, of course, goes to the party office. As to what's on agenda, well, inside the Rajya Sabha, we have the Delhi Ordinance Bill coming up, and that is going to be a huge one. And I would also say a test for opposition unity moving beyond the India Front alliance.
Yes.
As of now, many of the opposition parties have preferred to be on the side of the BJP and will vote in favor of the bill. That is always going to give a weapon to the BJP to make the point that the opposition is not ever united. We have an even stage as far as the local elections for 2024 is concerned. So there's going to be hangama on the Delhi Ordinance Bill. There's going to be hangama over the Data Protection Bill, which is also being slated for taking up and passage. And also over Manipur as well. Where in Manipur, a middle path has been adopted on 167. Government has insisted that that discussion can only take place on 11th because that's the only time slot available. The opposition parties are saying that's not acceptable because the most important business is really Manipur, and that is something which will be taken up on a priority. So not there is going to be a complete showdown between both the sides. Tomorrow onwards, when the notification begins from 8 to 10 with the Prime Minister responding on 10, that is also going to be another important event.
Also, Pallavi, since you were talking about the Delhi Ordinance Bill that's all set to be taken up in the Rajya Sabha, we do know that the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party and the opposition numbers only are stacked at 105, while the majority mark stands at 119. How likely is it to be a repeat of what was seen in the Lok Sabha, considering the numbers are not really in the favor of the opposition parties?
See, the opposition parties, at least the India Front opposition, is well aware of the fact that the numbers are not with them. But you know, in politics, you don't give up just because the numbers may not be with you. You will also make a political point, which they are going to make, that this is a bill which is arbitrary in nature. And in fact, some of the voices we've been hearing, for example, like Shah, have been making the point that we hope we understand that today it's happening to us. It can happen to any other state government. To protect federalism, it is very important that all opposition parties come together.
Also, if we go back to what will and what is slated to happen in the Lok Sabha with Rahul Gandhi coming in, how much of that becomes or adds to the formidable force, so to speak, of the opposition, that much that they would want it to be projected as, considering Rahul Gandhi at the forefront of it is definitely going to be looking at certain fissures, considering all the satraps of the various other political parties with Rahul Gandhi at the helm would have issues.
The Congress party and a more aggressive voice for the Congress party certainly, and for one more aggressive voice as far as the India Front opposition is going. As of now, you do see the opposition unity almost nearly intact. Only partners like AAP and Congress coming together on the Delhi Ordinance issue. I mean, who would have ever thought of that? But with Rahul Gandhi coming in, I think if he speaks no confidence motion, or even if he doesn't speak, he most probably going to be a target of attack of the BJP and also of the Prime Minister. That could add on to the entire issue of, the might of opposition, the voice of the opposition. So every voice matters, I guess, in politics, and for the opposition parties, the presence of Rahul Gandhi, where his return has already been tom-tom as a victory for the truth, is certainly going to be adding on to their, combined voice against the BJP.
Also, Pallavi, we are getting the information that Rahul Gandhi might just be inside the parliament by about 11:30, 11:45 a.m. this morning. So, in another hour from now, we will see what is in store in the Lok Sabha.
Parliament, of course, is going to get a business.
उसके बाद ये भाग रहे हैं चर्चा से, बड़ी शर्मनाक बात है। इनके दिल में मणिपुर के लिए कोई संवेदना नहीं है। ये चाहते ही नहीं है कि चर्चा हो। ये चाहते हैं कि किसी ना किसी तरीके से चर्चा में इनके जो पोल है ये ना खुले, और ये जो भाग रहे हैं मणिपुर की चर्चा से, इसका मैं निंदा करता हूँ। और राजस्थान के ऊपर चर्चा आप स्वीकार करें, ऐसा अनुरोध करता हूँ, और जल्द से जल्द उसको लिस्ट किया जाए और तुरंत लिस्ट करके राजस्थान के गंभीर विषय के ऊपर चर्चा शुरू होनी चाहिए।
So the commotion in the Rajya Sabha is also just about started with the proceedings that had begun on so-called subtle note. But right now we can see ample commotion in the Rajya Sabha. We also saw this
the leader of the House, Mr. Piyush Goyal, talking about how if Manipur is an important issue that needs to be discussed, even Rajasthan and the security and safety of women in the state of Rajasthan is an important aspect that needs to be discussed. And we've just seen the Rajya Sabha chairman, Mr. Dhankar, has moved away from his seat. That means the Rajya Sabha also stands adjourned. We will let you know about when both the sessions of the Parliament, like the Lok Sabha, is all set to reconvene at noon today. We will tell you about the Rajya Sabha, what is happening when it comes to the upper houses of Parliament. Remember, the most important bill on the Delhi Ordinance is going to be discussed in the Rajya Sabha today. Let me take this across to my colleague Sharon Elizabeth, who's joining us on the broadcast from 10 Janpath. Sharon, it's an important day for Rahul Gandhi. We are getting to understand that he is going to be inside Parliament after 11:30. In about 20-30 minutes from now, we will see Rahul Gandhi back to his seat in the Lok Sabha. Sharon, I do understand that there are some celebrations that are happening at 10 Janpath owing to Rahul Gandhi being reinstated in the Parliament, and I hope you're able to hear me in that dhol and nagaras that we see and hear as far as your frame is concerned. But we do want to understand, when is Rahul Gandhi expected to get out and get to the Parliament today?
Well, because of the noise in the background, I couldn't grasp the entire question. But you can see the celebration that is in fact happening outside 10 Janpath, and we are in fact getting to know is that at about 11:45 is when Rahul Gandhi will be reaching Parliament. Now, this is going to be a massive show of strength by the Congress party when he enters. We have been told that MPs from both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha will be there to welcome Rahul Gandhi when he enters Parliament from the main gate. So, after 155 days of being disqualified as a member of Parliament, Rahul Gandhi is finally going to be at Parliament today. He's going to be in Lok Sabha today. Most probably what the Congress MPs have been suggesting is that they are hoping that probably Rahul Gandhi will be speaking tomorrow during the no confidence motion discussion. But I just want to, for our viewers, once again show you what is really happening. This is 10 Janpath, where Rahul Gandhi is in fact staying. Earlier, when he was the Lok Sabha MP from Wayanad, he was staying at 12 Tuklak Lane, but from there he had to vacate his residence, and now he's in fact been staying at 10 Janpath. Now, early morning at around 9 a.m., he left to meet Priyanka Gandhi, after which he has in fact come back, and now what we are getting to know is that at 11:45, from the main gate, Rahul Gandhi is going to enter the Parliament, and the celebration outside 10 Janpath continues since Friday, since the Supreme Court order of staying his conviction. We have been seeing that the celebration outside the AICC office and 10 Janpath continues.
Absolutely. Sharon, in fact, the important question will also be as to when is Rahul Gandhi going to get his home back. That also becomes very, very important, considering, like you rightly said, he had shifted to 10 Janpath owing to him having to vacate the premises as the Wayanad MP after his disqualification in the Parliament. You stay right there. We will come to you as and when Rahul Gandhi leaves for the Parliament so that we get the live visuals for our viewers. But in the meantime, we're slipping into a very short break right here on CNN News 18. We hope to see you as we get back.
All right, first on CNN News 18, we have some very big breaking news for you. We're learning that Rahul's MP status has now been restored. Remember, it was slated to be restored by the Lok Sabha Speaker, Om Birla. The Congress had been criticizing the fact that there was a delay in reinstating Rahul Gandhi's status as an MP. But we now bring you confirmation that Rahul's status as an MP has been restored. He is now once more a member of Parliament, which means today, again, the Parliament session is going to resume in a very short while at 11 a.m. today. Big question is whether he's going to begin resuming the Parliament session from today itself or from tomorrow. Now remember, why all of this is very interesting is because tomorrow the no confidence motion is going to be discussed in Parliament. Now we're going to be crossing over to our senior editor, Pallavi Ghosh. Pallavi, we're learning that Rahul's MP status has now been restored. Pallavi, can you hear us? All right, we'll try to re-establish that connection to get you more context on this, but this is a very big breaking development because now what this means is that he is going to be a member of parliament. Once again, his status has been restored, and now he's going to be taking part in the no confidence motion discussion, which is going to begin tomorrow itself, and it's going to go on until the 10th. But the big breaking input, Rahul Gandhi is once more a member of parliament. Remember, this comes after the Supreme Court had stayed his conviction in connection with the Modi surname case. We're crossing over to CNN News 18 senior editor Pallavi Ghosh. Pallavi, we're learning that Rahul Gandhi's status as a member of parliament has now been restored.
Yes, so as you can see, the copy of the notification is already out, and this is just before the House reconvenes by 11 a.m. And the House reconvenes at 11 a.m. and definitely Rahul Gandhi will, as a part of the notification, go back to Parliament. And this is a matter of procedure, and in fact, all along when the Congress had been alleging that why is it that the Speaker has been taking so much of time, the Speaker's office had made it very clear that this is a weekend, and because of the weekend factor, we had to not been able to go ahead and process the entire situation because the court order's copy is also something which needs to be made available to us. But apart from that, it's very clear that the Congress party is going to make a big issue about it inside the parliament as well as outside the parliament.
Now, do we know about whether or not he's going to be joining the parliament session today itself, or will he join parliament tomorrow?
I mean, I don't see any reason for delay, frankly speaking. I mean, of course, he's going to join in the parliament session today itself. Inside the parliament, all arrangements have been made, and those arrangements which have been made is that not just the Congress party, but almost everyone of the India Front Alliance will meet up and greet up with Rahul Gandhi inside. You are going to see those celebratory shots. Also, when he's going to...
Welcome back. You're watching CNN News 18 with me, Griha. Now, today, the upper house of the parliament is likely to witness a big political showdown between the centre and the opposition. This time, it is going to be over the Delhi Services Bill, which is to be tabled in the upper house of the parliament, the Rajya Sabha, after getting cleared in the Lok Sabha through a voice vote that also had seen a walkout by the opposition India alliance. The parties are prepared to corner the Modi government on the bill along with the ongoing unrest in Manipur. In fact, Congress and AAP have issued a whip to its Rajya Sabha MPs to be present in the House. And according to the government sources, the debate will go on for a minimum of 6 hours, and the Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah's reply is slated to take place at 6 p.m. this evening. Now, with that, let's actually break down what are the numbers that are looking at as far as the Delhi Ordinance Bill is concerned. So we are talking about the GNCTD Amendment Bill that is being tabled by the Home Minister. It is all set to see the test of the upper house. What are the numbers looking like as far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned? If you look at the majority mark, it is at 119. With a total of 131, the NDA already has 112 members who will be supporting that ordinance to be passed as a bill, where you can see the BJD with 9, the YSRCP with 9, also the TDP with 1. So we will see the kind of support that is actually trickling in for the NDA as far as the numbers are stacked well within their favor. If we look at the India Alliance, this is a 101. It was earlier 103, 104, but because of the suspensions, 2 suspensions, one Sanjay Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party, the other one Rajni Patil of the Congress Party. After those 2 suspensions, we do see the numbers reduce, and of course Manmohan Singh's vote is not going to be counted because he is going to be absent from the Rajya Sabha today. We do know that there's a possibility that Rajni Patil might just be reinstated in the Rajya Sabha today. So they are at a total of 98. So that's how it is looking like as far as the India Alliance is concerned. What we are going to do now is play out certain reactions of what is happening as far as the ordinance taking the test of the upper house of the parliament is concerned. Let's take a look at the kind of reactions that have trickled in.
आम आदमी पार्टी और पूरा इंडिया ब्लॉक आज इस दिल्ली सेवा बिल को हराने के लिए, इसके सिलसिले में अपना विरोध दर्ज कराने के लिए हर संभव प्रयास करेगा, और हम इस लेजिस्लेटिव प्रोसेस से भी दिल्ली के बिल को रोकेंगे और जुडिशियल प्रोसेस से भी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के माध्यम से भी इस बिल को रोकने का प्रयास करेंगे। ये बिल जो है, ये बेसिकली दिल्ली के 2 करोड़ लोगों को गुलाम बनाने का बिल है। ये दिल्ली के 2 करोड़ आबादी के वोट के अधिकार को शून्य कर देता है, जीरो कर देता है। हम इसकी खिलाफत करेंगे, पुरजोर विरोध करेंगे, हर संभव प्रयास करेंगे कि इसे हराएं। और ये मेरा विश्वास है कि ये धर्म अधर्म की लड़ाई में धर्म हमारे साथ है, अधर्म भाजपा के साथ है। और जब धर्म आपके साथ हो तो इस ब्रह्मांड की तमाम शक्तियां आपका साथ देती हैं और आपकी विजय होती है। मेरा ये विश्वास है कि क्योंकि धर्म हमारे साथ है, हमारी जीत होगी, संविधान की जीत होगी, लोकतंत्र की जीत होगी, संघीय ढांचे की जीत होगी।
ये संविधान पर एक खतरनाक प्रहार है। आप चुनाव लड़ो, ना जीत पाओ, उसके बाद आप उस राज्य की चुनी हुई सरकार के अधिकार छीन। तो कांग्रेस का स्टैंड बहुत साफ है और इंडिया का स्टैंड बहुत साफ है कि हम लोकसभा में तो उनका प्रबल बहुमत था, पास करा लिया, हम राज्यसभा में नहीं पारित होने देंगे।
इंडिया का जो फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर है, संघराज्य परिस्थिति है, उसके ऊपर सबसे बड़ा अब तक का हमला है। चुनाव से पहले यही भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग, यही हमारे गृह मंत्री जी अमित शाह जी ये बोल रहे थे कि हमारी सरकार आने के बाद दिल्ली को संपूर्ण राज्य का दर्जा देंगे। लेकिन आप चुनाव हार गए, एक बार नहीं 3 बार चुनाव हार गए केजरीवाल जी के सामने। तो आप जो आधा दर्जा है वो भी आप कम कर रहे हो, ये आपका अहंकार है। केजरीवाल की सरकार चाहे एजुकेशन हो, चाहे हेल्थ हो, ऐसे बहुत से मुद्दों पर अच्छा काम कर रही है। यह आपका दिल का जलन है, आपको देखा नहीं जाता कोई सरकार अच्छा काम कर रही है।
So there you see the kind of reactions that are pouring in as far as the Delhi ordinance is concerned. Remember, after having been passed in the Lok Sabha, it is going to be tested in the Rajya Sabha. It was passed in the Lok Sabha through a voice vote, and after the opposition India Alliance had staged a walkout. Today, in the Rajya Sabha, the Delhi ordinance is going to be tested. There is going to be a discussion of 6 hours, and at about 6 p.m. this evening, the Home Minister is going to be filing his response. We did see Aam Aadmi Party's Raghav Chadha and other leaders speak about the ordinance. However, if we take a look at the Opposition India Alliance, the numbers that I just broke down for you on your screens do not see that the ordinance will and can be stopped as far as the upper house also is concerned, because the India Alliance with 3 MPs not being present in the house might just be reduced to a number of 98, with the majority mark that stands at 119. The halfway mark starts at 119. So there is going to be that difficulty for the Opposition India Alliance. Remember, the entire partnership between the Aam Aadmi Party and the rest of the opposition parties, along with the Congress, which is apparently the arch rival of the Aam Aadmi Party, we did see that they had come together, and this was an important bone of contention. We are now getting more breaking news. We just told you about how Congress MP Rajni Patil stands suspended from the upper house of the parliament, but we are now getting to understand that her suspension is going to be revoked. This decision has been taken by the privilege committee, and however, if we take a look at the Aam Aadmi Party, there is still no relief for Sanjay Singh. This is what we are learning through top sources. So Rajni Patil's suspension will be revoked. However, Sanjay Singh stands suspended as far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned. My colleague Payal, who has got us all of those inputs, is joining us on the broadcast. Payal, some respite, although not exactly that, for the opposition alliance.
You know, as far as Rajni Patil's suspension is concerned, the government also had a sympathetic view towards her, given the fact that possibly she was, pulled up for shooting a video within the floor of the house. But how that really happened and what really led to the situation, there was at least some ground for giving her the benefit of doubt, and that's the reason her suspension has been revoked. That decision taken by the privilege committee today, which was of course chaired by the Rajya Sabha chairman. And on the floor of the house, we saw 2 BJP MPs, that is Saroj Pandey and Rakesh Singh, moved the resolution, which was accepted by the house. It clearly meant that Rajni Patil's suspension has been revoked. But as far as Sanjay Singh is concerned, Sanjay Singh, remember, has been suspended again this session, and this is possibly Sanjay Singh's 4th suspension in about 4 sessions as well. So there is no relief inside as far as Sanjay Singh is concerned. the sources are maintaining that he continues to be somebody who's a serial offender. So obviously that's a setback as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, given the fact that every vote will matter for them. And with the Delhi bill coming up for discussion today in passage, it's important to even lose that one vote that the Aam Aadmi Party would have liked to have on the first round.
But Payal, still with Rajni Patil's suspension being revoked, the numbers will still stand at 99, while the halfway mark is 119. So do you see the bill sailing through in the upper house like it did in the Lok Sabha this time around as well?
Yes, the Congress party does not have the numbers, the opposition does not have the numbers. But yes, the government has substantial numbers. They have about 112 on their own, plus 9 BJD and plus 9 YSR and 1 GDP. So that's where they really stand. So as far as numbers are concerned, that's not really an issue as far as the opposition parties are concerned in terms of being able to defeat that bill. It's a simple majority, and obviously the government is very confident that they will be able to get the bill through.
Also, Payal, we were learning that the opposition might just try to placate some of the members in the Rajya Sabha who were they were neutral as far as their stance for the Delhi Ordinance Bill is concerned. What is it that you're learning vis-a-vis that? Is there going to be any placation that will come about which might just throw in a surprise in the Rajya Sabha?
Well, as far as the neutral parties are concerned, their leaders have already expressed their stand, whether it is the YSR Congress or the BJP, both of them have 9 MPs each. There are 5 MPs who are nominated MPs who have also expressed their stand. So as far as, getting a huge number in terms of that transformation, that looks pretty unlikely. It will be important to see if the opposition even sits through as far as the passing of the bill is concerned. In the Lok Sabha, you saw them walk out of the house before the bill was being passed.
Right. Payal, thank you so much for that. Let me now bring in my colleague Pallavi Ghosh, who's also joining us on the broadcast. Pallavi, we do see some sort of a respite for the Congress with Rajni Patil's suspension being revoked in the Rajya Sabha. So there is going to be 98 plus 1 MPs as far as the Delhi Ordinance Bill that will be presented in the Rajya Sabha now, but still not enough for the bill to be stopped as far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned.
Yes, I mean, if you remember in the triple talaq also, while there was a resistance coming in from most opposition parties, it wasn't too difficult for the government to get the triple talaq bill passed, despite the fact that in the Rajya Sabha you have the opposition parties which clearly have an upper hand. And that is because when it comes to unity or consensus or uniformity in a pattern of voting, that is something which we don't often see inside the Rajya Sabha. So there are parties who are going to be voting along with the government for the bill, which is why it is likely to be a cakewalk for the government. In fact, in Lok Sabha also, many parties like the BRS and all of them, not the BRS but other parties like the YSR and all, did give their support to a Delhi Ordinance Bill, and they are likely to do that. In fact, they will do that as far as the Rajya Sabha goes. So this is going to be yet another bill which is going to go into a government's kitty, and at some point of time the BJP will make this point that you may talk about opposition unity, there may be an India Front alliance, but when it comes to winning over new friends, the opposition unity concept may not always be so successful.
Right. Pallavi, thank you so much for joining us with all the latest that you're picking up and tracking on this story. Remember, Rajni Patil's suspension stands revoked. However, Aam Aadmi Party's Sanjay Singh still stands suspended from the Rajya Sabha. We're taking a very short break on that note and coming right back with all the news and updates that are with CNN News 18. So stay tuned for more.
Lok Sabha today, of course, they're going to thump the table and they're going to make a big show of it. It is going to be postured as a victory of truth over the high-handedness of the BJP. And after this, of course, comes the big question. Tomorrow, the no-confidence motion begins. And as a part of the no-confidence motion, will he take part in it? What we are being told by the party sources, definitely yes. And he's likely to be one of the main speakers on behalf of the Congress party.
Absolutely, Pallavi. And also what's going to be interesting today is if he joins the Parliament session today, and as you mentioned, there should be no reason why he shouldn't, then he's also going to be taking part in, he's also going to be talking about multiple bills that have been slated to be passed as well.
It's very noteworthy to notice that today, on a day when Rahul Gandhi is going to be back inside Parliament, is also on the day which has the test case for opposition unity is going to be taken up in Rajya Sabha. The Congress and AAP has never had very good equations, but this time round they certainly have come together on the issue of the Delhi Ordinance Bill. I'm sure at some point of time Rahul Gandhi would want to make that point. But the timing is something which suits the Congress party, but the timing, if you listen to the BJP, also suits them. And why it suits them is because they feel that the Prime Minister will make one of the most aggressive attacks on the India front opposition, and he would want Rahul Gandhi to be present there. Very quickly, one nugget of information is that last time round when there was a no confidence motion which was moved, it was when Rahul Gandhi had spoken and he had walked up to the Prime Minister and had spoken to him. And therefore, I think it is those visual optics which both the BJP and the Congress party will dwell in.
Absolutely. Pallavi, I want you to stay with us because right now we're just going to show our viewers that exact notification. Now, this in the continuation of the notification dated the 24th of March 2023, the Supreme Court of India had passed an order in special leave to appeal staying the conviction of Shri Rahul Gandhi, the member of the Lok Sabha representing the Wayanad Parliamentary constituency of Kerala, which was ordered by the judgment dated March 23rd, 2023 of the Court of the Chief Judicial Magistrate. Number two, in view of the order dated of the Supreme Court of India, the disqualification of Shri Rahul Gandhi has dated the 24th of March in terms of the provisions of Article 102, Part 1, Part E of the Constitution of India, read with Section 8 of the Representation of the People Act 1951, has ceased to operate subject to further judicial pronouncements. Pallavi, we want to understand more of the points that are being illustrated in this. Can we talk about this provision which has been mentioned in the notice about Article 102, Part 1, Part E of the Constitution of India? What exactly does this mean? Can you tell us more about the key takeaways here?
See, basically what it refers to is the fact is that according to a new constitutional amendment law which was made, interesting when the UPA was only in power, is that anyone who's convicted for more than 2 years will not be allowed to be a member of parliament or any assembly and will have to be disqualified. So remember, when Rahul Gandhi was convicted by a lower court, it is this law which had swung into action, and that's why there was an immediate disqualification of Rahul Gandhi which had taken place. Now, once that conviction has been stayed, automatic process has been that he has been reinstated, and that is what is that notification from the Speaker's office is quickly pointing out. It's very significant, I would say, the timing, because the Congress party was all clear.
Welcome back. You're watching CNN News 18 with me, Griha. We're now getting some breaking news on the broadcast, and this concerns the recovery of a drone by the Border Security Force. There you can see the BSF has foiled another intrusion bid that happened along the border with Punjab, where in Amritsar there has been a drone that has been intercepted. The BSF has foiled this intrusion bid in Amritsar. That is what we are learning. This is a drone that we have been told has come in from the other side of the border in Pakistan, and this is the footage of the drone that has been intercepted by the Border Security Force, as you can see on your screens. And this is also talking about how this incident took place on the 6th of August. At about 10 p.m. is when the BSF really, the troops that were deployed at the border heard a buzzing sound, and that's when they saw this flying object, this drone that had entered from Pakistan into the Indian territory, and this was in an area, this was near the village Ratankund in the district and in Amritsar. That's what we are learning. As per the laid down drill, the troops endeavored to intercept the drone, and further, in the morning of the 7th of August, a joint search operation with the Punjab police was carried out, and during the search operation of that area, troops recovered one drone along with one battery which was damaged from the farming field near the village Ratankund area in the district. In fact, this is what we are showing the viewers. What you can see is the drone footage with one damaged battery. That's what was intercepted and later found on the morning of the 7th of August. And my colleague Tejinder, who's brought us all of that information, is also joining us on the broadcast. Tejinder, there is another instance of drones coming in from across the border. This is not the first time that this has happened, and something that has been acknowledged by the authorities in Pakistan. Also surprising that these instances are really not stopping as far as the border with India is concerned.
Yes, indeed, when even if the Pakistan authorities, they do admit that these type of incidents are happening, but these type of incidents cannot happen without the active support of the Pakistan authorities. Now again, the BSF on the international border in Amritsar, they have shot down a Pakistani drone which entered into the Indian territory last night at around 10 p.m. The Border Security Force deployed in the village Ratankund, which is in the Amritsar district. They heard some buzzing sound of a drone trying to enter into the Indian side. Following the standard operating procedure, they fired at this drone, and early today morning, they launched a search operation in the area. During the search operation, they could find this damaged drone, which is a quadcopter. One battery has also been recovered. Now, as we speak, the search operation in the entire area is going on, because the BSF do believe that there is a possibility that the Pakistan side might have this drone might have dropped some more narcotics or other things into the Indian side. In the past as well, there have been several instances wherein Pakistan continues to push in narcotics, arms and ammunition into the Indian side. Another breaking news which has come, another drone has been recovered in the Taran Taran district of Punjab. So 2 drones in last 12 hours have been shot down by the border security force on the international border. One in Amritsar and the other one in Taran Taran. Yes.
All right, Tejinder, we will get in more information on what really has happened in Taran Taran also. Right now, the information that Tejinder is sharing for us is that 2 drones have been intercepted by the border security force, one in Amritsar district in the Kurd village area, which has been in fact tracked down by the BSF and the Punjab police joint operation. There is another one in the Taran Taran district. All of this within 24 hours. Possibly that second drone also is coming from the other side of the border from Pakistan. We are slipping into a very short break on that note, but coming right back with lots more that's in store for you on CNN News 18.
Yesterday and even today, and are also
Pallavi, do stay with us. I'm so sorry to have to interrupt you. We have to cross over to CNN News 18's Shreen Elizabeth, who's also joining us. Shreen, over to you. All right, first on CNN News 18, we have some very big breaking news for you. We're learning that Rahul's MP status has now been restored. Remember, it was slated to be restored by the Lok Sabha Speaker, Om Birla. The Congress had been criticizing the fact that there was a delay in reinstating Rahul Gandhi's status as an MP. But we now bring you confirmation that Rahul's status as an MP has been restored. He is now once more a member of Parliament, which means today, again, the Parliament session is going to resume in a very short while at 11 a.m. today. Big question is whether he's going to begin resuming the Parliament session from today itself or from tomorrow. Now remember, why all of this is very interesting is because tomorrow the no confidence motion is going to be discussed in Parliament. Now we're going to be crossing over to our senior editor, Pallavi Ghosh. Pallavi, we're learning that Rahul's MP status has now been restored. Pallavi, can you hear us? All right, we'll try to re-establish that connection to get you more context on this, but this is a very big breaking development because now what this means is that he is going to be a member of Parliament. Once again, his status has been restored, and now he's going to be taking part in the no confidence motion discussion, which is going to begin tomorrow itself, and it's going to go on until the 10th. But the big breaking input, Rahul Gandhi is once more a member of Parliament. Remember, this comes after the Supreme Court had stayed his conviction in connection with the Modi surname case. We're crossing over to CNN News 18 senior editor Pallavi Ghosh. Pallavi, we're learning that Rahul Gandhi's status as a member of Parliament has now been restored.
Yes, so as you can see, the copy of the notification is already out, and this is just before the House reconvenes by 11 a.m. And the House reconvenes at 11 a.m. and definitely Rahul Gandhi will, as a part of the notification, go back to Parliament. And this is a matter of procedure, and in fact, all along when the Congress had been alleging that why is it that the Speaker has been taking so much of time, the Speaker's office had made it very clear that this is a weekend, and because of the weekend factor, we had to not been able to go ahead and process the entire situation because the court order's copy is also something which needs to be made available to us. But apart from that, it's very clear that the Congress party is going to make a big issue about it inside the Parliament as well as outside the Parliament.
Now, do we know about whether or not he's going to be joining the Parliament session today itself, or will he join Parliament tomorrow?
Well, I mean, I don't see any reason for delay, frankly speaking. I mean, of course, he's going to join in the Parliament session today itself. Inside the Parliament, all arrangements have been made, and those arrangements have been made is that not just the Congress party, but almost everyone of the India Front Alliance will meet up and greet up with Rahul Gandhi inside. You are going to see those celebratory shots Also, when he's going to enter or re-enter Lok Sabha today, of course, they're going to thump the table and they're going to make a big show of it. It is going to be postured as a victory of truth over the high-handedness of the BJP. And after this, of course, comes the big question. Tomorrow, the no-confidence motion begins. And as a part of the no-confidence motion, will he take part in it? What we are being told by the party sources, definitely yes. And he's likely to be one of the main speakers on behalf of the Congress party.
Absolutely, Pallavi. And also what's going to be interesting today is if he joins the Parliament session today, and as you mentioned, there should be no reason why he shouldn't, then he's also going to be taking part in, he's also going to be talking about multiple bills that have been slated to be passed as well.
You know, it's very noteworthy to notice that today, on a day when Rahul Gandhi is going to be back inside Parliament, is also on the day which has the test case for Operation Unity is going to be taken up in Rajya Sabha. The Congress and AAP has never had very good equations, but this time round they certainly have come together on the issue of the Delhi Ordinance Bill. I'm sure at some point of time Rahul Gandhi would want to make that point. But the timing is something which suits the Congress party, but the timing, if you listen to the BJP, also suits them. And why it suits them is because they feel.
Welcome back. You're watching CNN News 18 with me, Griha. Now, it is a big day for the Congress party as well as the Congress leader, Rahul Gandhi. After relief from the Supreme Court in the Modi surname remark case, Rahul Gandhi has been reinstated as the Lok Sabha Member of Parliament. Congress workers, remember, were seen in a celebratory mood after the restoration of his status as a Member of Parliament, and they were outside the Congress office in a jubilant mood. Congress, in fact, also tweeted from the official handle a notification from the Lok Sabha secretariat, and they also called it, quote-unquote, a victory of love against hate. Now, Rahul Gandhi will be back in the Lok Sabha at about 11:45 a.m. He is representing his constituency, Wayanad, and at the time of the when the Parliament, in fact, had seen repeated disruptions over the opposition's bloc India's demand for a dedicated discussion on Manipur after the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's statement on the same, it is pertinent to note that Congress is keen that Rahul Gandhi attends the monsoon session and takes part in the no-confidence motion beginning tomorrow. So, important day for Rahul Gandhi. We're constantly showing you visuals of what is happening outside 10 Janpat, where the celebrations continue over Rahul Gandhi being reinstated as the Member of Parliament. And we are also being told that very, very shortly, he is going to be heading out from 10 Janpat and moving to the Parliament. Let's take a look at the reactions that are coming in.
The Supreme Court order, and we all were hearing conspiracies by the government to stop Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji, but Honorable Speaker has overruled that thing and he has prevailed on the justice. We welcome and thank the Honorable Speaker for the decision.
राहुल गांधी को लोकसभा में एक बार फिर से वापसी का वो मिल गया है, आदेश मिल गया है। अब वो लोकसभा में वापस आ गए हैं।
देखिए, कोर्ट ने उनको अपना रद्द किया था और कोर्ट ने बहाल किया। ना तो इसमें सरकार का कोई लेना देना है, ना भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कोई लेना देना, ना मेरा कोई लेना देना। अब वो कोर्ट ने बहाल किया, कोर्ट ने कहा ये अपना दोबारा जा सकते हैं, तो स्पीकर साहब मान लेंगे, अगर आदेश कर देंगे तो उनका स्वागत है।
आदेश हो गया और कांग्रेस तो यहां तक चाह रही है कि नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन पे जो चर्चा होगी उस पे राहुल गांधी उनका पक्ष रखें। तो आपको लगता है कि राहुल गांधी की जो वापसी हुई है और वो पक्ष रखेंगे नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन में, कांग्रेस की तरफ से एक कांग्रेस को नई वो मिली है?
तो अच्छा रखे सब, सारा देश जो है वो इसी मूवमेंट का तो इंतजार करता है कि कब राहुल गांधी जी पार्लियामेंट में बोलेंगे। इससे अच्छा एंटरटेनमेंट तो उनको कभी मिलता ही नहीं है और हमें बड़ा अच्छा लगता है जब वो बोलते हैं। और सारा आप देखते कोई उनको सीरियसली नहीं लेता, सभी हंसते रहते हैं, तो वो कब क्या बोल देंगे उनको भी नहीं पता होता।
Now we are cutting across to the live visuals that you can see outside the Parliament. They all, the Member of Parliament and also people from the Congress party are waiting for Rahul Gandhi and waiting to welcome him as he gets back to be reinstated as Member of Parliament from the Wayanad seat in the Lok Sabha. So all eyes are on Rahul Gandhi's return there. Remember, he's been reinstated as Member of Parliament after the Supreme Court, in fact, gave a stay on that entire case, the defamation case against Rahul Gandhi over the Modi surname remark. You can see the visuals of all the senior Congress leaders, among other opposition leaders, who are here outside the Parliament waiting for Rahul Gandhi's return. We also have our colleague Sherin Elizabeth, who is tracking all the developments of what is happening at Sonia Gandhi's residence as to when Rahul Gandhi leaves from there to head to the Parliament. Remember, it's very, very important, and that is what the opposition is also pressing for, that Rahul Gandhi attends the monsoon session of the Parliament and takes part in the no confidence motion that starts, the discussion of which starts tomorrow, and that is the primary concern of the opposition parties, and hence you see this jubilant scene not just outside 10 Janpad but also outside the Parliament. Rahul Gandhi will be here any moment from now. We would also we are given to understand that as and when he takes part in the no confidence motion, there is going to be ample discussion which will be spearheaded by Rahul Gandhi as far as the opposition India bloc is concerned, and that is something which becomes really crucial despite the kind of differences that we have seen before the stitching of this entire alliance. And I believe we are cutting across to the live shots of Rahul Gandhi, who has left from 10 Janpad. We will get a confirmation on that by my colleague Sherin, who's also tracking Rahul's movement. But we are playing these live visuals. These are possibly the cavalcade of Rahul Gandhi as he's heading to the Parliament. So any minute from there, he is going to be right here where all the opposition MPs, the Congress MPs, are waiting for Rahul Gandhi to get back. You can see the visuals on your screen. That is the car in which Rahul Gandhi is leaving from 10 Janpad, all set to arrive in the Parliament after his reinstatement, after the Supreme Court has in fact ruled in Rahul Gandhi's favour. Remember, this is a big day for the Congress party and also the opposition in many ways, where Rahul Gandhi's reinstatement is something that they were looking for, and that's why we do see these jubilant scenes from not just outside the Parliament but also outside 10 Janpad. We also have seen Twitter of the Congress party putting out the message on their official handle that this is a victory of love against hate, and all of those statements are coming to light after this entire verdict came out of the Supreme Court on Friday, which in fact was in favor of Rahul Gandhi. Constantly playing out visuals, we'll try and re-establish connection with our colleagues Pallavi and Sherin. Sherin, remember, is live with us from the AICC office. I believe Sherin is with us on the broadcast. Sherin, we are showing cavalcade. I believe Rahul Gandhi has already left for the Parliament. Can you confirm this, please?
Well, that is right. While we were at the front gate, from the back side is what we are getting to know is that Rahul Gandhi has in fact left for Parliament, and in moments from now he will be reaching Parliament, and already we are seeing that both the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha Congress MPs, the Chief Whip has in fact asked all the MPs to in fact be assembled at gate number 1 to welcome Rahul Gandhi. Now from day one, Congress party has been maintaining that they are going to use this opportunity as much as possible, and the show of strength we are in fact seeing not just outside the Parliament but also inside the Parliament. Huge number of MPs are going to now welcome RG. So this we can confirm to you, he has in fact left from his residence and will be reaching Parliament anytime soon. Now what is the Congress MPs are in fact expecting is that probably by tomorrow, when the no confidence motion is going to be discussed, he will be in fact allowed to speak in the House. Now apart from that, we are also being told by some of the senior leaders in Congress is that this month itself it is expected that Rahul Gandhi will be visiting his constituency Wayanad. Remember, for past 155 days he has in fact been disqualified as the member of Parliament, and he was not going to his constituency at all. So now this month we have been getting to know is that he will be visiting his constituency. Not just that, he will be going to the Parliament today. So there are in fact fireworks that are expected starting tomorrow. Whether he will be allowed to speak in the Parliament or not is something that we have to wait and watch for. But as far as the celebration is concerned, that is continuing outside, and Rahul Gandhi will be reaching Parliament anytime soon, where at gate number 1 all the MPs from Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, Congress MPs are waiting to welcome Rahul Gandhi.
Absolutely. And Shirin, you know, you just mentioned that he has left from the back gate where the media wasn't really assembled. These are the visuals that we are playing of Rahul Gandhi's car leaving for the parliament. So even though the Congress is trying to make it into a very, very jubilant atmosphere, Rahul Gandhi somehow is staying away from the pomp and show. We wonder why. But let me actually toss it to my colleague Aisha, who is joining us live from the Twitter camera. Aisha, what do we see happening on social media? What are the kind of responses that you see around you?
Yes, Griha. So remember, a few months ago, Rahul Gandhi, essentially, he was no longer a member of parliament once he became convicted in the Modi surname remark case. Now, he has been reinstated as a member of parliament. That was also broken first on CNN News 18. He has written it back on his Twitter bio. Over here, he's added back member of the Indian National Congress, member of parliament. Member of parliament is what we want to emphasize because, again, Rahul Gandhi is slated to arrive at parliament in a very short while from now. There are multiple MPs who are lining up just around parliament to welcome back Rahul Gandhi with open arms. Over here, we again want to emphasize the fact that he's added member of parliament once again into his Twitter bio. Big development, especially when it comes to the monsoon session of parliament, because he's going to be joining the session now.
Absolutely.
Back to you, Priya.
Thank you so much for that, Aisha. On that note, let me also bring in our colleague Pallavi Ghosh, who's with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, you know, Aisha, our colleague, was talking about how Rahul Gandhi was quick to change his formerly Twitter bio. He has again put the member of parliament tag back to his account. So that's something that is happened. And we also were talking to Sharon, and she's told us on how he stayed away from the media glare before leaving for the parliament. But how is he going to do that in the parliament where there are MPs and senior Congress leaders who are waiting for him with bated breath to actually celebrate his arrival back to the seat of democracy?
But just to step back and to answer and elaborate on the point that you made, I think Rahul Gandhi today is celebrating as much as his return as a member of parliament, and so is the Congress party, as much they celebrated his disqualification. And why I'm saying so is because his disqualification MP tag, which he used as a Twitter handle, which in fact many of the Congress leaders also used as a Twitter or an X bio also as far as the handle is concerned, was a celebration of the fact that we are not going to be daunted by the attempt being made to use the words of the Congress party, attempts being made by the BJP to misuse all institutions, judiciary, parliamentary, ED and the CBI, to try to silence someone who keeps on asking questions. And therefore, if you listen to the first reaction which came in from Rahul Gandhi after his conviction was stayed, he said, I know what my job is, I know what I have to do. What is he trying to do? He is trying to project himself as a champion of rights, as a champion of someone who speaks the truth and who take on the part that be. And in the days to come, that's exactly what he's going to do. Just wait and watch for his next reaction, which comes in either through the social media or if he gives a soundbite today, which he could actually be being told. And of course, in the days to come, he's going to use the platform of parliament today onwards as much as he used its absence earlier, to make the point that, I don't need a position to question the government. In the larger perspective of the campaign for 2024 Lok Sabha elections, that's how the Congress is going to pitch and has been pitching Rahul Gandhi as the fearless leader. Inside closed doors, very often there are murmurs that other political parties may be under pressure because there are cases against them. This is a charge they make against YSRCP Congress, which stops them from asking tough questions of the Prime Minister. The Congress party is not, and the Gandhis are not, despite the multiple cases against them.
Also, Pallavi, I was really wanting to understand this aspect of the opposition alliance that has come together with great difficulty, and there were things that were being said about Rahul Gandhi now spearheading it as the chief force, the chief face. I wanted to understand what is going to be the power dynamics now that Rahul Gandhi is going to be back. There is going to be a conversation around the Bharat Jodo Yatra, also the success in Karnataka that the Congress has seen.
I don't think officially Rahul Gandhi is going to spearhead the opposition unity or India Front Alliance. He's certainly going to be one of the most aggressive and high-profile voices very much there. But officially speaking, the Congress party has made it very clear that we are not going to pitch for the top job or for the job of the Prime Minister. That's the stand as far as the Congress party goes. But clearly the pitch is going to be And I'll tell you the politics behind it is in a large number of states, at least 10 states, it's a straight Congress versus BJP fight. If the Congress manages to do well in all these states in the Lok Sabha elections, certainly its numbers go up, and in case the India Front Alliance is in a position to form the next government, then the one who gets the maximum number of seats will actually become the one who becomes the Prime Minister from. And in that case, if you are assuming that the Congress party gets the largest number of
Rahul Gandhi has just arrived at the Parliament. We are just playing out those live shots of Rahul Gandhi, who is entering the Parliament. There you can see Rahul Gandhi entering the Parliament building after the suspension has been, in fact, the stay has been granted by the Supreme Court and the suspension has been revoked. That entire disqualification does not stand at the moment. What is going to be happening in the lower house of the Parliament is going to be an interesting conversation right now, because it is all set to be reconvened at 12 noon, which is just about happened. So this is going to be important that the opposition tries to actually show some order in the house so that at least Rahul Gandhi's return is of significance and the House is again not adjourned for the day. That also remains an important question, whether the Manipur conundrum is going to be something that is going to be dominating, or Rahul Gandhi's return is going to see something, some sort of a difference that we haven't really seen till the 12 days that have passed to the monsoon session. Live shots of Rahul Gandhi entering the Parliament. My colleague Pallavi continues to be with us on the broadcast, and I'd in fact take that very question to Pallavi. Pallavi, if you are with us, we are constantly playing these shots as Rahul Gandhi has entered. I mean, a lot of Congress leaders and opposition support pouring in for Rahul Gandhi as he enters, makes his way back to his seat as a member of Parliament. But when it comes to the opposition and the stalling of proceedings in the lower house, we do see something different might just be happening this time around, because they would want to mark Rahul Gandhi's return, at least stay away from an adjournment until today.
Well, first let's talk about the pictures. The first thing which Rahul Gandhi did was to visit the Mahatma Gandhi statue and give his tribute over there. That's again a political posturing point which he's trying to make, that, you know, the Congress party believes in the principles of the Mahatma. And remember, he faces another defamation suit coming in from the RSS because he's held them responsible for supporting the assassin of the Mahatma. So the point he's making is it's a victory for truth. It's a fight for truth which I have won against the BJP's lies and politics of hatred, to use the words of Rahul Gandhi. So he makes that symbolic entry into Parliament by first walking up to the Mahatma statue. Second thing is the fact that Sonia Gandhi, who rarely steps out and has also come in to greet him. Again, the political point which is being made over here is that yes, it's a big moment for the Congress party, and yes, it's a big moment for the India Front opposition. They are going to make a big issue of it, and as a political party, I guess the Congress party would want to do that, just as the opposition parties would want to do it from the India Front. The BJP, of course, has been very dismissive of this, calling it just an entertainment drama, and that Rahul Gandhi is not got anything to celebrate about, because the court came out also very strongly against him. But I guess this is the moment of the Congress party, and, you know, we've seen those huge crowds of people who have come here to greet him. Congress MPs have been asked to stand there at the gate when he enters Parliament. So when the Parliament reconvenes, I think by around noon, it must have already have, I guess he's going to go inside and sit on his seat inside the Lok Sabha.
Right, Pallavi. In fact, we are playing out those shots. You rightly said Sonia Gandhi is also there amid the crowd. Can we really call this a hero's welcome? Because we are seeing dramatic scenes from outside the Parliament before even Rahul Gandhi has entered the Parliament building. Like you rightly said, he has gone to the Gandhi statue to pay obeisance to Mahatma Gandhi before entering. But we see onlookers who are all there to go ahead and take pictures of Rahul Gandhi.
जो हिंदू चीनी भाई नेहरू की जो नीति थी, उस नीति को ये बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, ये भारत का विभाजन करना चाहते हैं, और इसमें ये चाइनीज के साथ मिलकर ये कांग्रेस देश को तहस-नहस करना चाहती है। ये सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से, ये पत्रकारों के माध्यम से और चाइनीज के माध्यम से देश में एक अलग तरह का माहौल पैदा करना चाहते हैं। मेरा भारत सरकार से आग्रह है कि जितनी भी फंडिंग हुई है कांग्रेस को, जितनी भी चाइना ने फंडिंग की है, जांच की जाए, और इतने लोग हैं उनको सलाखों पर पीछे डाला जाए, और कांग्रेस पार्टी को किया जाए, और कांग्रेस पार्टी को बैन किया जाए चुनाव लड़ने से। ये आपके माध्यम से भारत सरकार से
मेरे नाम के आगे
यदि कोई सबमिट करना हो पेपर तो मैं ले करने के लिए तैयार हूँ सर। और इस तरह की गतिविधि मोदी जी के रहते ये संभव नहीं है, हम इसको चलने नहीं देंगे। आप कितना हंगामा कर लो, इंडिया को तोड़ने की ताकत, भारत को तोड़ने की ताकत किसी में नहीं है। हमको जो भी कुर्बानी देनी पड़े, हमने से लेकर आज तक कार्यवाही तोड़ने का काम
2 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
Ruckus there as far as the Lok Sabha is concerned. We continue to stay with those visuals coming in as far as Rahul Gandhi reaching the Lok Sabha. This after he was reinstated as a member of Parliament. Of course, a big day as far as the Congress is concerned. You did see all the MPs welcoming Rahul Gandhi shortly after he was reinstated as a member of Parliament. Let's also now bring in our colleague and senior editor Pallavi Ghosh, who continues to be with us. So Pallavi, a big day as far as the Congress is concerned. Minutes after Rahul Gandhi was reinstated, we did see massive celebration that broke out, and now him reaching the Parliament. But I'm understanding the proceedings in fact have been adjourned. Help us understand what is the immediate messaging that the Congress wants to send across.
Well, again, I'm going to repeat the shots which we were talking about, and I think there's a political symbolism in that. And one, of course, is the fact that Rahul Gandhi, when he entered the premises of Parliament, he went up to the Mahatma Gandhi statue, thereby making the point that the Congress as a political party believes in the ideals of the Mahatma, the only one which believes in the ideals of the Mahatma. Then, of course, he's accompanied, as expected, a show of strength by all the Congress MPs who are there to greet him. And, of course, Sonia Gandhi also being there to make the point that this is indeed a big moment for the Congress. Well, now the Lok Sabha stands adjourned till 2 p.m. So we're not going to get to see him enter the Lok Sabha immediately, maybe possibly post 2 p.m. But certainly going to take part in the no confidence motion, which is going to take place tomorrow for the next 3 days, ending with the Prime Minister's response on the 10th. Now, no clarity yet whether he's going to be one of the key speakers on behalf of the Congress party. He certainly was the last time round. But what is it that the Congress party and the India Front organization trying to say? What they're trying to say is that it's Satyameva Jayate, and I'm using their words of it, where they say that this entire battle or the legal battle he's fought has actually also been a political battle and a battle for fight for truth. Rahul Gandhi has always accused the BJP of a party which peddles hatred, peddles lies. So he has positioned his win as a victory for the truth. Now, again, what I was talking about a short while back, if you remember, he celebrated his moment of disqualification by using that as his social media bio. He's also celebrating his resumption or his second return as a member of Parliament in this term as a victory. So in both the cases, they try to make it a win-win situation. This, I think, is going to become the benchmark of their political strategy in the days to come. The first big litmus test, of course, is going to be the upcoming state elections, and of course, which is going to be followed up by the big Lok Sabha one in 2024.
Right. So, Pallavi, as you're rightly pointing out, this is a big day as far as the Congress is concerned. I want to understand, we were getting a few details a short while ago. Is there a possibility that Rahul Gandhi will be visiting Wayanad anytime soon as well?
Oh yes, absolutely. There's a confirmation on that over the weekend it's quite possible, after the no confidence motion is over, he's going to go back to Wayanad. Now, remember when he was disqualified also, he had actually gone back to Wayanad and he had met up with many of the constituents over there, the voters over there, to make the point that I may not be your MP, but my connect with Wayanad remains. In fact, even when he was disqualified, we were told that his staff was very much there in Wayanad. His office, official office, of course, was got rid of because he was disqualified, but he also had maintained a smaller office where, you know, the voters and his constituents were encouraged to come and share their problems with him. Of course, he's going to go back and thank the people of Wayanad. So a couple of important developments going to come up and on which we'll keep a focus. One, his visit to Wayanad, where he's going to celebrate that moment once again. Second, of course, is the fact is which is the house he's going to now shift into. And I'm saying this is important really, Ridhima, because his exit from 12 Tughlaq Lane, which was his residence, to use his word, for many, many years, for his 2 terms as a member of Parliament, was also used as a political scoring point. I mean, it was an emotive moment they tried to build up. You know, he himself locking the doors, thanking the people, saying that you voted for me, which is why I got to stay here. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also accompanying him. So what is the residence that he's going to be given now? So we are going to wait for that word, which could take a couple of days from the Urban Development Ministry or the Estates Department to get a sense on what is an alternative accommodation going to be given to him, or will he go back to the earlier one, which is 12 Tuklat Lane.
Yeah, as you rightly pointed out, this is also going to be crucial. Pallavi, considering the fact the Lok Sabha also has been adjourned, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow when the no confidence motion is taken up as far as the proceedings are concerned. Are you picking up any more details in terms of any crucial meetings that Rahul Gandhi will possibly have today to chalk out the joint strategy as far as the INDIA alliance is concerned?
I mean, he has been taking part in all meetings, if you remember, state-wise, because the Congress has started its preparations for the Lok Sabha elections of 2024 already. But even when he was a disqualified member of parliament, he remained a key leader of the Congress party, meeting up with representatives, leaders from every state unit. And I think now after this, once the parliament session ends on 11, they are going to move into the election mode completely. We expect a reconstitution of the Congress Working Committee, the topmost board. Rahul Gandhi is likely to obviously to find a place in that. Then, of course, work begins on the 5 state elections, where the Congress is very hopeful of winning and using that as a platform to do well in the Lok Sabha elections as well. And of course, the big meeting of the opposition, India Front opposition, slated in Mumbai on 30th August and 1st of September.
Pallavi, I just want to go back to Friday when that relief had come in from the top court for Rahul Gandhi that his conviction in fact had been stayed. At that time, the BJP had said, but also look at the language that had been used by the top court. In many ways, they chided Rahul Gandhi for his language that he had used. That is the criticism that still continues to come from the BJP, that this is also a clear warning that is being given to Rahul Gandhi.
I don't think the BJP is going to let Rahul Gandhi completely celebrate the movement, because let's not forget the fact that the Supreme Court had actually reprimanded Rahul Gandhi, saying that as a politician and as a leader, he should have been mindful of his words. And the BJP will milk it. And remember, the BJP's entire campaign against Rahul Gandhi has been his anti-OBC mindset. The fact that the Modi Samuday belongs to the OBC family, and therefore Rahul Gandhi, when he took pot shots at Nirav Modi, and remember Purvesh Modi's entire petition against him was on these grounds. Now, why is it important for the BJP to play this part up? Is because the OBC vote are going to become very, very critical votes, both for the Congress as well as for the BJP. So the BJP certainly will play up this point that, the court may have given him relief, but at the same time has also pulled him up, and therefore this just reflects, one, the politics of Rahul Gandhi, and second, the anti-OBC mindset of Rahul Gandhi.
Pallavi, I also want to talk about the slogans that were just raised by the BJP a short while ago. They said, Congress Chini Bhai Bhai. So they're saying investigate the Congress-China link. This is a narrative that the BJP has used in the past as well. How is the Congress responding to it?
Well, Congress labels this as just changing the goalpost, because for now they want to give priority to the Manipur issue, and they are making the point that every time the BJP is on a soft wicket, they predictably raise up the similar issues of national security. They talk about China, they talk about Pakistan, and these are just diversionary tactics. So as far as the Congress is concerned, they are not ready to accept these kind of allegations. In fact, if you remember, Rahul Gandhi's main points against the BJP and the government has been that why is it that the government has been soft on the China land, has been Chinese intrusion into parts or territories of Arunachal Pradesh. Why has the Prime Minister remained silent on that? Foreign policy of this government has often been under the criticism of Rahul Gandhi, and I don't think the Congress would want to be seen on the back foot on this issue anymore.
Pallavi, now going forward, I want to understand tomorrow is going to be a crucial day as far as the no trust motion is concerned. What is the strategy as far as the opposition is concerned?
Well, I mean, the no confidence motion is something, the main strategy of the no confidence motion was to get the Prime Minister to enter Lok Sabha.
True.
So they think it's a win-win situation where we managed to get the Prime Minister to come inside Parliament and at least sit there, because he has not been sitting in all these days. Of course, what they're going to do is you're going to see a very aggressive, united and India front. I mean, no clarity yet on whether Rahul Gandhi is going to be speaking tomorrow. But the point is that they are going to systematically attack the Prime Minister, talk about the Manipur issue, and make the point that he has time to travel abroad, he has time to campaign, but he doesn't have time to break his silence as far as the Manipur issue. And the time when he broke his silence on the Manipur issue, he did it from outside the Parliament premises.
Pallavi, half the monsoon session is already over. The criticism that's coming from the BJP is that the opposition has wasted their opportunity for debate and discussion. What is the plan as far as the opposition is concerned for the remainder of the monsoon session of Parliament?
Well, we are looking at the last week of the Parliament session, and most important bills have been cleared. 31 pending legislation, as we all know. I think today is a very critical one, the data protection bill, to which again the opposition is objecting to, saying it should be sent to a committee, and of course the Delhi Ordinance Bill, which is likely to be passed in Rajya Sabha, if not today, at least by tomorrow. Now, what is the messaging which is coming across from the government is that no matter whatever is the chaos, we are going to do our work, and our work is to complete the legislative business. And that's the reason why they have taken advantage of the din and the commotion, the walkouts by the opposition parties to ensure all these bills are passed. You know, there was a problem in the thinking of the opposition, which is why they changed their strategy and they decided at least on the Delhi bill, we should be speaking out in Lok Sabha, because what AAP wanted to convey is that we need to have our voice of protest captured on the archives of Parliament, which is why you would have noticed a shift in their political strategy in Lok Sabha, now in Rajya Sabha, that when it comes to a Delhi Ordinance Bill, they want to register their protest in the archives so that it goes on record.
So as Pallavi is pointing out, this is a crucial day as far as the Congress is concerned. Of course, tomorrow the no trust motion is going to be very, very crucial. The opposition wanting to come together, and possibly we'll see the participation of Rahul Gandhi as far as tomorrow's proceedings are concerned. Just talking about today, Pallavi, we did see a lot of celebrations as that notification came from the Lok Sabha secretariat, and then as Rahul Gandhi made his way from 10 Janpath to the Parliament. Is there anything else planned as far as the Congress is concerned for today?
Well, I think they've already celebrated their big moment. We've been seeing them do that ever since the conviction stay happened from Friday, from celebrations inside the AICC headquarters to one Congress leader after another making the point that this is a victory for truth and this is a victory for Rahul Gandhi. And why just that? If you look at all the campaigns which are being released by the Congress party on the social media timeline, they are constantly projecting him as a fearless leader, saying that Rahul is back, the tiger is back. So that's going to be the political narrative of Rahul Gandhi and of the Congress party.
Pallavi, I just want to understand now, why does Rahul Gandhi getting his membership as far as a member of parliament is concerned very crucial come 2024? How is the Congress planning to use the Rahul Gandhi coming back as an MP going forward?
Well, you're already seeing how they're using the coming back of Rahul Gandhi as a member of parliament, from memes for campaigns to celebrations and thanking the speaker and to saying that this is a win for those forces which fight for truth, who fight against hatred. It was important politically speaking for Rahul Gandhi to be contesting the elections in 2024 because every seat matters. And you know, Rahul Gandhi out of parliament, many felt would make him politically irrelevant. So therefore to have as many voices from the Congress party, and Wayanad is where I presume he's going to contest from again, is of course considered to be a safe seat for the Congress party, and therefore to have Rahul Gandhi inside the Lok Sabha was very, very politically important, not just for Rahul Gandhi but also for the Congress party, and therefore this is seen as a huge relief for the party for 2024.
Pallavi, we'll just request you to stay on with us. We also have our colleague Arunima, who in fact is now joining us on the broadcast. So Arunima, as Pallavi was rightly pointing out, a big day as far as the Congress is concerned. Rahul Gandhi is back as an MP, even though the proceedings were adjourned. But talk to us about what really happened when Rahul Gandhi did reach the Parliament. It was adjourned, but we did see a whole set of MPs there to welcome him. Talk to us about what really happened on the ground.
Well, the day began with the Lok Sabha Secretariat issuing that notification saying that Rahul Gandhi, as a member of parliament representing Wayanad, is back, that his disqualification because of the Supreme Court order has now been removed. Post that, immediately there were messages from Congress MPs, a message that was sent by Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary as well to all the Congress party MPs there, that they should gather at gate number 1. That's the main gate. That's the gate that you often see finance ministers walk into the parliament on the budget day. So at that gate, all the Congress MPs gathered, and at around 11:45, Rahul Gandhi arrived there. All the Congress MPs, trying to make their presence felt there. Soon after, he walked to the Gandhi statue. Pallavi has already explained the significance of that move, trying to ascertain once again, at a time when the Prime Minister is talking about quit India, Congress party trying to ascertain and underline their Gandhian principles. And then he called upon the Speaker before moving into the Lok Sabha chambers. When he moved into the Lok Sabha chamber, it was adjourned, and he took his seat. It was adjourned in no time, but it still gave Nishikant Dubey enough time
Aruna,
rise
I
up and
apologize
raise
for
the issue
interrupting. We
of
quickly
what
do
Congress
have to
parties...
shift our focus to some breaking developments coming in, and these are developments coming in from the national capital. Initial information coming in suggesting that a fire has broken out at AIIMS in the national capital, and those visuals on your screens as well. Our colleague Amit now joining us. Amit, give us the details. Which floor is it, and fire tenders on their way already? Anvit, can you hear me?
फोनो चल रहा है.
Anvit, can you hear me? Okay, we'll just
Hello?
try and re-establish that connection with our colleague Anvit, but look at those visuals that we're putting out. News coming in from the national capital that fire is broken out at AIIMS. We are also understanding rescue operations are currently underway. Fire tenders on their way to try and douse that fire. Our colleague Anvit is now back with us. Anvit, if you can hear me this time around, give us more details. Which floor is this? How many fire tenders currently on the location to try and douse this fire?
See, the information of the fire breaking out in the AIIMS emergency ward came in around 11:54. Is the time when Delhi Fire Services Department received the call, distress call, and then 8 fire tenders were dispatched immediately from the nearby fire station. All of them reportedly have already reached AIIMS, and efforts to douse the fire are currently underway. Officers, we have spoken to senior officers, they have said that exact information of how many patients are being rescued or how many patients were there at the time of incident when the fire break out is currently not available. The exact figures are not there, but yes, because this is emergency ward, then certainly there would be some patients. Police and fire officials have not been able to assess the magnitude of fire as of now, but they are saying that it was reported that this fire started from a room near the endoscopy ward in the emergency area, and therefore efforts are being made to rescue the people who are there. Entire area has been cordoned, and the local police have also been roped in, which has also been rushed to the spot.
So, Anvit, a couple of things that I want to understand. You're saying this is where the emergency ward is. Do we have a sense of how many patients were there when the fire broke out?
See, what the senior fire officials and the police officers are saying that their teams have just reached and they have started cordoning the area. Whichever staff was present there, they are all being asked to move out, and all the necessary precautions and measures are being taken to ensure that no one is there in the area where the fire has actually has broken out. So we don't have exact numbers as of now. A short while ago, I spoke with the head of the Delhi Fire Service, and he said that teams have just reached because the information came in just a few minutes ago. The teams have all reached and they have started rescue operation, and therefore it might take some time to zero in on the exact number of the people who are stuck inside, whether or not there are people stuck, and also the number of exact people who need to be rescued. But what we know as of now is that both firefighters as well as police have reached. In fact, staff from AIIMS and the security staff of AIIMS have also been deployed in large number to make sure that every person who was inside the emergency ward is taken out safely, and that no incident of mishap is reported from this fire that has broken out in the emergency ward.
So as Anvit is pointing out, there are still sketchy details, but as you can see on your screens, the fire in fact has broken out on the second floor as far as AIIMS is concerned. We're understanding possibly there could have been some patients who would be needing emergency services. We don't know the exact number yet. Anvit, I want to understand, because details are still sketchy, any details coming as to what really caused the fire?
See, most likely it could be a case of short circuit is what the officials are saying. But when the entire incident is over, and when all the persons who need to be rescued are rescued, and then the fire site is inspected in detail. A detailed inspection is usually carried out by the police teams, as well as if there's any link of sabotage, if at all, found in the detailed inspection done by the Delhi Fire Services and the Delhi Police in a combined way, then only when any hint of sabotage is there, only then crime and forensics teams will also be called in. Also, in case any life is lost in any case of fire, then the crime and forensics teams step in for a detailed inspection. But if it is a room, that is secluded and that was closed, and due to some incident, fire takes place, then forensics and crime team will not be called in, but the Delhi Fire Services will do a detailed inspection and the report will be submitted. Most likely in these cases, we have seen that usually from the air conditioner stabilizer or due to a short circuit, fire takes place. Previously also in the AIIMS also, there have been incidents of fire in similar institutions like AIIMS. So we are not clear as of now what the cause of fire is, but only right now the priority is to save people, to rescue all of them who are inside the war, to take them out safely and cordon the entire area so that fire on priority can be doused.
Yeah, so as Anvit is pointing out, the immediate priority for those carrying out these rescue operations will be to rescue those patients, because as we pointed out, this fire has broken out on the second floor, and this is the floor which has the emergency ward. Anvit, I just want to understand another clarification from you. Is it now confirmed that the fire is only on the second floor, or is it spreading to the other floors as well? Anvit, can you hear me? Okay. We'll try and get Anvit back, but we're staying with those visuals coming in from AIIMS, coming in from the national capital. So let me just explain what we know so far. We're understanding fire has broken out on the second floor, and why the second floor becomes crucial is because this is where the emergency ward is. What has really caused the fire, that we do not know as of now, possibly a short circuit. So as Anvit was pointing out, the information came out just a few minutes ago. Fire tenders have already left for the location. We're understanding as many as 8 fire tenders that have already left for the location that will be involved as far as the rescue operations are concerned. Now, the immediate priority for those involved in the rescue operations will be to try and move these patients and to rescue these patients, because as I pointed out, the second floor is where the emergency ward is. How many patients are there, we still don't know. So the first priority will be to rescue those patients and move them to a safer location. But fire tenders currently on their way, trying to douse the fire, trying to contain the fire, and also ensuring that no passenger is injured, and all of them nobody is injured and they can be moved to safer locations as well. As we pointed out, this is on the second floor. As far as the AIIMS is concerned, this is where the emergency ward is. A fire call was received by the fire department a short while ago. They've confirmed to us here at CNN News 18 that fire tenders, in fact, on their way to try and douse this fire. As many as 8 fire tenders is what we're understanding, currently on location trying to contain the fire. We'll try and get Anvit back to try and understand any more details. We'll also get a clarity whether the fire is only restricted to the second floor as of now, has it unfortunately spread to other floors as well. As Anvit was also pointing out a short while ago, it's a possibility that a short circuit could have led to this fire, which has happened at the second floor where the emergency ward at AIIMS in the national capital is. Our colleague Yash is also now joining us on the broadcast. Any more details that you're picking up? Yash, can you hear me?
Hello, hi, I can hear you.
Yeah, Yash, I was trying to understand any more details that you're picking up. Anvit was telling us a short while ago that there are about 8 fire tenders that have been rushed to AIIMS to try and douse this fire. Is there any clarity whether this fire is only on the second floor, or unfortunately has it spread to other floors as well?
Well, the information as per now remains to be that the fire is on the second floor of this very hospital, and in fact, in particular, it is in the endoscopy department, and in particular in a particular room where testing is being done. So, like you rightly mentioned, around 8 fire tenders have been rushed to the spot, and in fact, the top management of the hospital is there, and the silver lining is the top management is stating that all the patients or all the people who were present at that very spot, which area has been affected, those people have been evacuated as of now. So the fire, so the entire process to douse the fire is currently on, and in fact, as of now, what we're given to understand is that no casualties have been reported as of now. But it is a serious situation because AIIMS, as we know, is considered to be is a hospital where there is a lot of rush, and in fact, today is a Monday, and there are actually a lot of tests going on. In fact, the fire which has been reported particularly from the endoscopy department.
Yeah, so as Yash is pointing out, the updates that are now coming in are that the fire broke out in the endoscopy room. The update that we're also getting for our viewers is that the entire second floor for now has already been emptied out. So that's a good sign, because the first priority, as I pointed out, for the hospital would have been to move these patients away to a safer location. How many patients were there? We still don't have that clarity. Yash, help us understand how many patients, if you're getting that number already, were there in the endoscopy room or on the second floor that have now been managed to be moved to safer locations.
If we talk about number of patients, it's actually very hard to tell, because the department where this fire was reported from was a testing lab, basically. So a lot of people usually visit these for the regular test and other tests. So it is very tough, but certain as of now the exact number of the patients and also the visitors, because usually there are two, three people who come to the hospital, and in fact that is why it is very tough to ascertain a specific number. But what we are given to understand is that the top management has come on the ground right now, and in fact director of the AIIMS is also there where this incident has been reported, and in fact the entire space has been emptied as of now, what we're given to understand. And in fact now the operation will be also launched to understand the reason of the fire, because as of now the visuals which we are getting, these visuals looks very in fact dangerous, in fact, because this is a fire which has broken out at AIIMS Delhi, and in fact which is the premium hospital here in the national capital. A lot of people come to this hospital, so definitely the authorities are now trying to actually take control of the fire as soon as possible, because if at all this rescue operation delays or the fire operation delays, there is a possibility that the fire could actually spread to other parts as well. So now the daunting task is on the Delhi Fire Service to actually douse the fire. 8 fire tenders are currently at this point.
And as Yash is pointing out, you can see in those visuals, those plumes of smoke also coming out. But the good news is that there are 8 fire tenders currently on the spot. The second floor where the fire broke out has also been emptied out. This was the endoscopy room. The top management of the AIIMS currently on the ground as well, ensuring that these rescue operations can be carried out. Yash, we'll have to leave the conversation there. This is a developing story. We'll keep tracking all those developments. For now, slipping into a very short break.
ही छू सकती हूँ। सरकार हो या कारोबार, हर बागडोर संभाल सकती हूँ। उठाए अगर कोई दुश्मन आंख, तो करारा जवाब दे सकती हूँ। कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर सबके साथ बढ़ सकती हूँ। मैं कर सकती हूँ। सोच की दीवार हो या बंद हर किवाड़ हो, अपने हौसले से पार कर सकती हूँ। देश के निर्माण से लेकर दुनिया को आगे ले जाने में अपनी भागीदारी निभा सकती हूँ। मैं शी शक्ति हूँ। मैं कर सकती हूँ।
Will make one of the most aggressive attacks on the India front opposition, and we would want Rahul Gandhi to be present there. Very quickly, one nugget of information is that last time round when there was a no confidence motion which was moved, it was when Rahul Gandhi had spoken and he had walked up to the Prime Minister and had spoken to him. And therefore, I think it is those visual optics which both the BJP and the Congress party will dwell in.
Absolutely. Pallavi, I want you to stay with us because right now we're just going to show our viewers that exact notification. Now, this in the continuation of the notification dated the 24th of March 2023, the Supreme Court of India had passed an order in special leave to appeal staying the conviction of Shri Rahul Gandhi, the member of the Lok Sabha representing the Wayanad Parliamentary constituency of Kerala, which was ordered by the judgment dated March 23rd, 2023 of the Court of the Chief Judicial Magistrate. Number 2, in view of the order dated of the Supreme Court of India, the disqualification of Shri Rahul Gandhi has dated the 24th of March in terms of the provisions of Article 102, Part 1, Part E of the Constitution of India, read with Section 8 of the Representation of the People Act 1951, has ceased to operate subject to further judicial pronouncements. Pallavi, we want to understand more of the points that are being illustrated in this. Can we talk about this provision which has been mentioned in the notice about Article 102, Part 1, Part E of the Constitution of India? What exactly does this mean? Can you tell us more about the key takeaways here?
See, so basically what it refers to is the fact is that according to a new constitutional amendment law which was made interesting when the UPA was only in power, is that anyone who's convicted for more than 2 years will not be allowed to be a member of parliament or any assembly and will have to be disqualified. So remember, when Rahul Gandhi was convicted by a lower court, it is this law which had swung into action, and that's why there was an immediate disqualification of Rahul Gandhi which had taken place. Now, once that conviction has been stayed, automatic process has been that he has been reinstated, and that is what is that notification from the Speaker's office is quickly pointing out. It's very significant, I would say, the timing, because the Congress party was all geared up since yesterday and even today, and are also threatened
Pallavi,
to
do
approach
stay with
the
us.
court.
So sorry to have to interrupt you. We have to cross over to CNN News 18's Shreen Elizabeth, who's also joining us. Shreen, over to you. All right, first on CNN News 18, we have some very big breaking news for you. We're learning that Rahul's MP status has now been restored. Remember, it was slated to be restored by the Lok Sabha Speaker, Om Birla. The Congress had been criticizing the fact that there was a delay in reinstating Rahul Gandhi's status as an MP. But we now bring you confirmation that Rahul's status as an MP has been restored. He is now once more a member of parliament, which means today, again, the parliament session is going to resume in a very short while at 11 a.m. today. Big question is whether he's going to begin resuming the parliament session from today itself or from tomorrow. Now remember, why all of this is very interesting is because tomorrow the no confidence motion is going to be discussed in parliament. Now we're going to be crossing over to our senior editor, Pallavi Ghosh. Pallavi, we're learning that Rahul's MP status has now been restored. Pallavi, can you hear us? All right, we'll try to re-establish that connection to get you more context on this, but this is a very big breaking development, because now what this means is that he is going to be a member of parliament. Once again, his status has been restored, and now he's going to be taking part in the no confidence motion discussion, which is going to begin tomorrow itself, and it's going to go on until the 10th. But the big breaking input, Rahul Gandhi is once more a member of parliament. Remember, this comes after the Supreme Court had stayed his conviction in connection with the Modi surname case. We're crossing over to CNN News 18 senior editor Pallavi Ghosh. Pallavi, we're learning that Rahul Gandhi's status as a member of parliament has now been restored.
Yes, so as you can see, the copy of the notification is already out, and this is just before the House reconvenes by 11 a.m. And the House reconvenes at 11 a.m. and definitely Rahul Gandhi will, as a part of the notification, go back to Parliament. And this is a matter of procedure, and in fact, all along when the Congress had been alleging that why is it that the Speaker has been taking so much of time, the Speaker's office had made it very clear that this is a weekend, and because of the weekend factor, we had to not been able to go ahead and process the entire situation, because the court order's copy is also something which needs to be made available to us. But apart from that, it's very clear that the Congress party is going to make a big issue about it inside the parliament as well as outside the parliament.
Now, do we know about whether or not he's going to be joining the parliament session today itself, or will he join parliament tomorrow?
Well, I mean, I don't see any reason for delay, frankly speaking. I mean, of course, he's going to join in the parliament session today itself. Inside the parliament, all arrangements.
This #1 news channel moves to a new destination. A never seen before news ecosystem in the history of India.
An unrivaled news studio that elevates
the viewer experience.
Unprecedented camera views
from a spectacular newsroom.
One-of-a-kind studio pods that takes you to an unseen digiverse.
A marvelous news station that echoes
aspirations of New India. Get ready to be stunned by Asia's biggest news television station. CNN News 18 is here to pack a power punch. CNN News 18 is here to alter your digi perspective.
CNN News 18 is here
to revolutionize newscast. CNN News 18 is here now and for the future. CNN News 18, Asia's biggest news TV station.
Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. We're getting some breaking developments now coming in, and this is important on multiple levels. An investigation that has been carried out by a US newspaper has now gone on to make some big claims. They have gone on to claim that they have unearthed a financial network that is stretching from Chicago to Shanghai. They've also gone on to claim that funds several media campaigns to push a Chinese propaganda worldwide. It has also gone on to claim that Indian corporate filings prove that Singham's network financed a news site in India, News Click, that sprinkled its coverage with Chinese government's talking points. It has also gone on to claim that PPK had received questionable foreign remittances amounting to 38 crores. So massive allegations that are being made as far as this US newspaper is concerned, exposing China of a larger financial network that is now being unearthed. So from Chicago to Shanghai, those are claims that are being made. We'll try and get more details of what do we know as far as who are the people who are currently under fire, what do we know as far as the organizations that have been involved as well. Before we bring in our colleague, getting a reaction coming in.
ये राहुल गांधी की नफरत के दुकान पर जो है चाइनीज सामान है, आज बड़ा एक सीरियस मामला में उठाना चाहता हूं अध्यक्ष जी। कारण ये है कि न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स में इन लोगों को जो है केवल विदेशी ताकतों के साथ रहकर उन्हीं के न्यूज़पेपर में, उन्हीं के देश में उनके क्या हो रहा है उसी को ये मानते हैं। न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स में एक बड़ा अच्छा न्यूज छपा है सर कि 38 करोड़ रुपया जो है न्यूज क्लिक जैसी संस्था को मिला है। और न्यूज क्लिक संस्था को जो न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स ने लिखा है वो लिखा ये है कि भारत में ईडी ने जो रेड किया है, आइस के बारे में ये लगातार बोलते हैं सर, ईडी की रेड में जो खुलासा हुआ है उसका पूरा खुलासा किया है। और वो जो न्यूज क्लिक है सर, वो देशद्रोही गैंग, टुकड़े गैंग जो भारत को खंडित करना चाहते हैं, वो न्यूज क्लिक उस संस्था का जो है हेड कर रहा है, पुरकायस्त उसका मालिक है। उसके सारे पैसे में कहां से मिले, कैसे नक्सलाइट को दिए गए, कैसे माओवादियों को दिए गए, कैसे शर्मा को, रोहिणी सिंह को या मान लीजिए स्वाति चतुर्वेदी जैसे लोगों को केवल भारत के खिलाफ एक माहौल बनाने के लिए चाइनीज पैसा दे रहे हैं, उसके बारे में सर। दूसरा, मैं इस सरकार से मांग करता हूं सर कि जब भी भारत में संकट आया 2005 से लेकर 2014 तक चाइनीज गवर्नमेंट ने कांग्रेस को पैसा दिया, जिसका FCRA लाइसेंस भारत सरकार ने कैंसिल किया। 2008 में जब ओलंपिक हुआ, ये कांग्रेस को, ये सोनिया जी को और राहुल जी को बुलाया गया। 2017 में जब डोकलाम हो रहा था, उस डोकलाम के समय सर ये चाइनीज के साथ बातचीत कर रहे थे। मेरा भारत सरकार से आग्रह है कि जितनी भी फंडिंग हुई है कांग्रेस के, जितनी भी चाइना ने फंडिंग की है, जांच की जाए और जितने लोग हैं उनको सलाखों पर पीछे डाला जाए और कांग्रेस पार्टी को
So massive allegations there being made by a BJP MP who in fact has gone on to say that there is also a larger nexus between the Congress as far as China is concerned, and that also needs to be investigated. But first, let's bring in our colleague Arunama to try and understand what is this article that is being referred that claims to have unearthed this financial network. Arunama, this article that is now being referred by the BJP, of course, politically speaking, they're trying to make a point that there is a nexus between the Congress and the China narrative that we've heard in the past as well. But simply speaking, as far as what this article is claiming, what is this financial network that we're talking about that apparently stretches from Chicago to Shanghai?
Well, that has been put out by New York Times, and it has been carried by other publications as well. It is about one website which goes by the name of News Click.
Okay.
And Neville is the name of the person who is associated with News Click. His name, his details from Massachusetts, he's based there, have been all carried by New York Times. And the main allegation that is being made in their investigation is that it seems that News Click is funded by China, and they have a role to play in influencing politics in various countries, including India. And the charge that the Bharatiya Janata Party is making, and Anurag Thakur has also tweeted in detail about it, saying that now even MIT is acknowledging about Chinese connection with Rahul Gandhi, with Congress Party. That is what you heard Nishikant Dubey also said the Congress is not too happy about it. They have plans to request the Speaker to expunge what Nishikant Dubey said. Congress alleging that these are unsubstantiated allegations. But this is the politics that the BJP is trying to hound Rahul Gandhi with on a day that he's returning to Parliament, and they're trying to make a big show of it. BJP trying to underline that even if this alliance calls itself India, INDIA, the fact is that their actions are not in national interest.
Arunima, we'll just request you to stay on with us. We also want to bring in our colleague Aisha, who in fact is joining us from our newsroom. So Aisha, as Arunima was rightly pointing out, politically speaking, the BJP wants to make a point that there is a nexus between Congress and China. On social media, what are the kind of reactions that you're seeing?
Absolutely, Ridhima. Thank you for that. So now let's take a look at one of those reactions that you were referring to. This is the response of Anurag Thakur, Union Minister, to this entire story that's now unearthed. What he's saying is that even newspapers like the New York Times are now admitting that Neville Roy Singham and his news clique are dangerous tools of the Communist Party of China, otherwise known as the CPC, and promoting China's political agenda across the world. He goes on to say that much before the New York Times, India has long been telling the world that news clique is a dangerous global web of Chinese propaganda. Supported by like-minded forces, Neville has been furthering a dubious anti-India agenda. Way back in the year 2021, when India's law enforcement agencies initiated an inquiry against news clique based on strong evidence of money laundering, the Congress and the entire left liberal ecosystem came to defend it. Let's read out that portion once more. Based on strong evidence of money laundering, the Congress and the entire left liberal ecosystem came to defend it. Now, it's natural for the Congress to defend Neville and news clique because national interest never matters to its leadership. Isn't it the same Congress party that signed an MOU with the CPC in the year 2008 to promote Chinese interest in India and allegedly accepted donations for the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation from the Chinese embassy? Then he also went on to say the UPA may change its name 1,000 times. Remember, it's the newly formed alliance, the INDIA. But people are aware that the nation will not be safe in the hands of the Gathbandhan. And then he also goes on to attach screenshots of that NYT article. Back to you, Ridhima.
Okay, Aisha, thanks a lot for helping us understand the kind of reactions that are coming in on social media. I'll request our colleagues to stay on with us because we're now getting some other breaking developments also now coming in. And this is important because the opposition is now reacting to these allegations that have been made by Nishikant Dubey. This is what the opposition is saying. They're saying after these allegations that have been made, one, they're saying that these are all unsubstantiated. If there is any sort of evidence, then the MP should be able to put it out. The opposition will now say that this entire statement, as I pointed out, is based on unsubstantiated facts, and if there is any document which can of course substantiate these kind of allegations that have been made, then the BJP and the BJP MP should be able to place it on the floor of the House. So this is now becoming interesting, a political war of words that has already erupted after these massive allegations that were made by the BJP. The opposition saying we don't want any of this to be put on record, and where is the real evidence? Let's also now bring in our colleague Payal, who in fact is joining us on the broadcast. Payal, while the BJP, of course, the timing of all of this is interesting on a day when Rahul Gandhi returns to Parliament, the opposition is saying, one, we will now ask for all of this to be kept off record. Secondly, where is the evidence on basis of which these claims are being made by the BJP? Okay, we seem to have lost that line with Payal, but we'll try and get her back. But this is how things currently stand. You have these allegations that have been made by a BJP MP who's gone on to say that look at the kind of article that has been put out in the New York Times. They've also gone on to say that there is a nexus between the Congress as far as and China is concerned, a narrative that we've heard by the BJP in the past as well. Now the opposition also reacting to it, and this is what we are understanding, that the opposition will now demand that the statement of Nishikant Dubey and Congress in China should be removed from the records. More importantly, the opposition will also say that the statement is based without any facts, unsubstantiated facts, and if there is any evidence or document which can prove these massive allegations that are being made by the BJP, then the BJP and the BJP MP should be able to place it on the floor of the House. As I said, our viewers should remember the timing of when all of this is happening. This is a day when earlier in the day we got a notification from the Lok Sabha secretariat which in fact ensured that Rahul Gandhi could come back to the parliament after he got a stay from the Supreme Court. But the BJP using that opportunity to hit out at the Congress, saying there is a nexus between Congress and China. They're also quoting an article that has been put out by the New York Times. And now we are understanding the opposition in fact will demand for all these statements to be kept off record. Also, what is important to note here is the opposition now saying that these are all just fabricated allegations at this point. Where is the real evidence? And if there is any evidence, then the BJP and the BJP MP who's made all these claims should be able to put it on record. I believe our colleague Payal Mehta is in fact now back with us. Payal, that's the question that's coming in from the opposition. It's all good to make all these allegations, but where is the evidence?
Well, the opposition parties led by the Congress party, when the House resumes at 2 o'clock, Riddhima will be asking this question to the Treasury bench, essentially saying that Nishikant Dubey was allowed a platform to raise the issue out of nowhere, and why was he making a claim on the basis of a media report? Does he have any facts to substantiate it? If he has facts to substantiate it, then as the parliament privilege works, he should actually put the papers on the floor of the House. He should actually put down the papers lay the papers on the table, is what the opposition will demand, or else whatever he has said should be taken off the parliamentary records, because this can't be any allegation cannot be a part of parliamentary records, because obviously Nishikant Dubey over there alleging that the Congress was in cahoots with an enemy nation like China, and he demanded that investigation really happen against China as well. He obviously spoke about the funding that China had given to the Congress party. So these are the claims Nishikant Dubey, a senior member of parliament from the BJP, has made. And why was he allowed a platform like that is what the opposition is also going to be questioning. So opposition right now is strategizing, but we're going to understand that at 2 o'clock when the House resumes in the Lok Sabha, they will be first making a demand saying that this statement will be taken off the record.
Payal, I also want to understand the timing of when these allegations are being made by the BJP. One, of course, is the opposition demanding for evidence, but the timing of this is also being questioned. This is the day that Rahul Gandhi makes his way back as an MP to the parliament, and the BJP makes these allegations. The Congress has been saying, we stand vindicated. This is just a rattle BJP now.
Well, of course, Riddhima, in politics, you would understand it's all about timing. It's all about getting the timing right as well. Obviously, the BJP will not allow enough of grandstanding to go to Rahul Gandhi once he's back in the House, because the BJP is being saying that he has not won any war. He was given a relief by the court, but that does not take away the fact that he tried to insult the BJP community, he tried to abuse the Prime Minister. That's something which will stay in the records as well. So that's what the BJP has really been saying. But yes, obviously the opposition party were trying to, sort of use this as a platform to showcase and tell the world that the leader is back and their stand is vindicated. But on their part also the government has chosen a timing to bring out the karma, as they call it, of the Congress party, especially their association with China. That's the allegation that it will be important to see if Nishikant Dubey is able to stand up on the floor of the House and say that he has evidence and it's proven evidence, and that evidence can be placed before the House.
Payal, I also want to understand, this is the question that I was asking you earlier, the opposition asking where is the evidence. So as of now, what are sources within the BJP telling you? Are they basing these allegations only on basis of this article that has been released in the United States, or is there more to the story?
Well, obviously, when a senior politician like Nishikant Dubey speaks on an issue like this, he obviously goes back into some evidence, because he understands the rules and procedures more than anybody else in this House. He is a very, very seasoned politician. So obviously, when asked, it will be important to see if he is able to produce some evidence, because I would not, nobody would like to believe that the BJP would raise an issue like this on an important day when Rahul Gandhi is back merely the 8 o'clock media report.
Payal, I also want to understand, come 2 p.m. when the House does resume, what can we expect for the remaining of the day? As I pointed out, this is the day when Rahul Gandhi has made his way back to the parliament. But what is the plan as far as the BJP is concerned?
Well, the BJP has about 4 bills to be passed, but the first bill on the list is the bill for child protection, which is to be passed today, so they're given to understand. And that will resume at 2 o'clock is what we're given the under. It will be important to see how long the discussion really goes on. So far, barring the Delhi bill, the opposition has boycotted most of the discussion results. So if that continues, then we'll have to see what goes on in Parliament, at least in the Lok Sabha, but in the Rajya Sabha, you will see a discussion taking place on the Delhi bill.
Payal, but just going back to this report that is being quoted by Nishikant Dubey, do we have any more details in terms of any other organizations that have been named or people who are currently under the scanner? Okay. Payal, can you hear me? Okay, we'll try and re-establish that connection with our colleague Payal, but it looks like political border wars will only escalate from here on after these allegations that were made by the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, alleging that there is a nexus between China and Congress. They're in cahoots together, but the opposition also now hitting back. One, they're demanding that this entire statement that has been made by Nishikant Dubey on Congress and China should in fact be expunged. It should be removed from the records. The opposition also categorically asking for evidence from the BJP, saying these are just fabricated allegations. It's all good to make these allegations, but where is any document of proof or evidence? And if there is any evidence, then the BJP should be able to put it on the floor of the House. All of this began with the comments that were made by BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, who on the floor of the House quoted a US article, a report by the New York Times, claiming that there is an entire network, a financial network that in fact has been unearthed. And he said that this entire network, quoting this article and report, actually ranges from Chicago to Shanghai.
हर बलिदान को याद करने का है। आज के दिन स्वदेशी आंदोलन की शुरुआत हुई थी। स्वदेशी का ये भाव सिर्फ विदेशी कपड़े के बहिष्कार तक सीमित नहीं था, बल्कि ये हमारी आर्थिक आजादी का भी बहुत बड़ा प्रेरक था। ये भारत के लोगों को अपने बुनकरों से जोड़ने का भी अभियान था। ये एक बड़ी वजह थी कि हमारी सरकार ने आज के दिन को नेशनल हैंडलूम डे के रूप में मनाने का फैसला लिया था। बीते वर्षों में भारत के बुनकरों के लिए, भारत के हैंडलूम सेक्टर के विस्तार के लिए अभूतपूर्व काम किया गया है। स्वदेशी को लेकर देश में एक नई क्रांति आई है। स्वाभाविक है कि इस क्रांति के बारे में लाल किले से चर्चा करने का मन होता है, और जब 15 अगस्त बॉल पास में हो तो स्वाभाविक मन करता है कि ऐसे विषयों की वहां चर्चा करूं। लेकिन आज देश भर के इतने बुनकर साथी जुड़े हैं, तो उनके समक्ष उनके परिश्रम से भारत को मिली सफलता का बखान करते हुए और सारी बात यही बताने से मुझे और अधिक गर्व हो रहा है। साथियों, हमारे परिधान, हमारा पहनावा हमारी पहचान से जुड़ा रहा है। यहां भी देखिए, भांति भांति के पहनाव, और देखते ही पता चलता है ये वहां से होंगे, वो यहां से होंगे, वो इस इलाके से आए होंगे। यानी हमारी एक विविधता हमारी पहचान है, और एक प्रकार से हमारी विविधता को सेलिब्रेट करने का भी ये अवसर है। और ये विविधता सबसे पहले हमारे कपड़ों में नजर आती है। देखते ही पता चलता है कुछ नया है, कुछ अलग है। देश के दूर सुदूर क्षेत्रों में रहने वाले हमारे आदिवासी भाई बहन से लेकर बर्फ से ढके पहाड़ों तक विस्तार हुआ है वो लोग, तो दूसरी तरफ समुद्री तट से जिंदगी गुजारने वाले लोग, वहां से लेकर के मरुस्थल तक और भारत के मैदानों तक परिधानों का एक खूबसूरत इंद्रधनुष हमारे पास है। और मैंने एक बार आग्रह किया था कि कपड़ों की जो हमारी ये विविधता है, उसको सूचीबद्ध किया जाए, इसका संकलन किया जाए। आज भारतीय वस्त्र शिल्प कोष के रूप में ये आज मेरा वो आग्रह यहां फलीभूत हुआ देख करके मुझे विशेष आनंद हो रहा है। साथियों, ये भी दुर्भाग्य रहा कि जो वस्त्र उद्योग पिछली शताब्दियों में इतना ताकतवर था, उसे आजादी के बाद फिर से सशक्त करने पर उतना जोर नहीं दिया गया। हालत तो ये थी कि खादी को भी मरणासन्न स्थिति में छोड़ दिया गया था। लोग खादी पहनने वालों को हीन भावना से देखने लगे थे। 2014 के बाद से हमारी सरकार इस स्थिति और इस सोच को बदलने में जुटी है। मुझे याद है, मन की बात कार्यक्रम के शुरुआती दिनों में ही मैंने देश से खादी का कोई ना कोई सामान खरीदने का निवेदन किया था। उसका क्या नतीजा निकला, इसके हम सभी साक्षी हैं। पिछले 9 वर्षों में खादी के उत्पादन में 3 गुना से अधिक की वृद्धि हुई है। खादी के कपड़ों की बिक्री भी 5 गुना से अधिक बढ़ गई है। देश विदेश में खादी के कपड़ों की डिमांड बढ़ रही है। मैं कुछ दिनों पहले ही पेरिस में वहां एक बहुत बड़े फैशन ब्रांड की सीईओ से मिला था। उन्होंने भी मुझे बताया कि किस तरह विदेश में खादी और भारतीय हैंडलूम का आकर्षण बढ़ रहा है। साथियों, 9 साल पहले खादी और ग्रामोद्योग का कारोबार 25,000 30,000 करोड़ रुपए के आसपास ही था। आज ये 1,30,000 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक तक पहुंच चुका है। पिछले 9 वर्षों में ये जो अतिरिक्त 1,00,000 करोड़ रुपए इस सेक्टर में आए हैं, ये पैसा कहां पहुंचा है? ये पैसा मेरे हथकरघा सेक्टर से जुड़े गरीब भाई बहनों के पास गया है। ये पैसा गांवों में गया है। ये पैसा आदिवासियों के पास गया है। और आज जब नीति आयोग कहता है ना कि पिछले 5 साल में 13.5 करोड़ लोग भारत में गरीबी से बाहर निकले हैं, वो बाहर निकालने के काम में इसने भी अपनी भूमिका अदा की है। आज वोकल फॉर लोकल की भावना के साथ देशवासी स्वदेशी उत्पादों को हाथों हाथ खरीद रहे हैं। ये एक जन आंदोलन बन गया है। और मैं सभी देशवासियों से एक बार फिर कहूंगा, आने वाले दिनों में रक्षाबंधन का पर्व आने वाला है, गणेश उत्सव आ रहा है, दशहरा, दीपावली, दुर्गा पूजा, इन पर्वों पर हमें अपने स्वदेशी के संकल्प को दोहराना ही है। और ऐसा करके हम अपने जो हस्तशिल्पी हैं, अपने बुनकर भाई बहन हैं, हथकरघा की दुनिया से जुड़े लोग हैं, उनकी बहुत बड़ी मदद करते हैं। और जब राखी के त्योहार में, रक्षा के उस पर्व में मेरी बहन जो मुझे राखी बांधती है, तो मैं तो रक्षा की बात करता हूं, लेकिन मैं अगर उसको उपहार में किसी गरीब मां से हाथ से बनी हुई चीज देता हूं, तो उस मां की रक्षा भी मैं करता हूं। साथियों, मुझे इस बात का संतोष है कि टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर के लिए जो योजनाएं हमने चलाई हैं, वो सामाजिक न्याय का भी बड़ा माध्यम बन रही है। आज देश भर के गांवों और कस्बों में लाखों लोग हथकरघे के काम से जुड़े हैं। इनमें ज्यादातर लोग दलित, पिछड़े, पसमानदा और आदिवासी समाज से आते हैं। बीते 9 वर्षों में सरकार के प्रयासों ने न सिर्फ इन्हें बड़ी संख्या में रोजगार दिया है, बल्कि इनकी आय भी बढ़ी है। बिजली, पानी, गैस कनेक्शन, स्वच्छ भारत जैसे अभियानों का भी लाभ सबसे ज्यादा वहां पहुंचा है। और मोदी ने उन्हें गारंटी दी है मुफ्त राशन की। और जब मोदी गारंटी देता है, तो उसका चूल्हा 365 दिन जलता ही जलता है। मोदी ने उन्हें गारंटी दी है पक्के घर की। मोदी ने इन्हें गारंटी दी है 5 लाख रुपए तक के मुफ्त इलाज की। हमने मूल सुविधाओं के लिए अपने बुनकर भाइयों और बहनों को दशकों का इंतजार खत्म किया है। साथियों, सरकार का प्रयास है कि टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर से जुड़ी जो परंपराएं हैं, वे ना सिर्फ जिंदा रहे, बल्कि नए अवतार में दुनिया को आकर्षित करें। इसलिए हम इस काम से जुड़े साथियों को और उनकी पढ़ाई, प्रशिक्षण और कमाई पर बल दे रहे हैं। हम बुनकरों और हस्तशिल्पियों के बच्चों की आकांक्षा को उड़ान देना चाहते हैं। बुनकरों को बच्चों को स्किल ट्रेनिंग के लिए उन्हें टेक्सटाइल इंस्टीट्यूट्स में 2 लाख रुपए तक की स्कॉलरशिप मिल रही है। पिछले 9 वर्षों में 600 से अधिक हैंडलूम क्लस्टर विकसित किए गए हैं। इनमें भी हजारों बुनकरों की ट्रेनिंग दी गई है। हमारी लगातार कोशिश है कि बुनकरों का काम आसान हो, उत्पादकता अधिक हो, क्वालिटी बेहतर हो, डिजाइन नित्य नूतन हो। इसलिए उन्हें कंप्यूटर से चलने वाली पंचिंग मशीनें भी उपलब्ध कराई जा रही है। इससे नए नए डिजाइन तेजी से बनाए जा सकते हैं। मोटर से चलने वाली मशीनों से ताना बनाना भी आसान हो रहा है। ऐसे अनेक उपकरण, ऐसी अनेक मशीनें बुनकरों को उपलब्ध कराई जा रही है। सरकार हथकरघा बुनकरों को रियायती दरों पर कच्चा माल यानी धागा भी दे रही है। कच्चे माल को लाने का खर्च भी सरकार वहन करती है। मुद्रा योजना के माध्यम से भी बुनकरों को बिना गारंटी का ऋण मिलना संभव हुआ है। साथियों, मैंने गुजरात में रहते हुए बरसों मेरे बुनकर साथियों के साथ समय बिताया है। आज मैं जहां से सांसद हूं, काशी, उस पूरे क्षेत्र की अर्थव्यवस्था में भी हैंडलूम का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है। मेरी अक्सर उनसे मुलाकात भी होती है, बातचीत होती है, इसलिए मुझे धरती की जानकारी भी रहती है। हमारे बुनकर समाज के लिए एक बहुत बड़ी चुनौती रहा है कि वो प्रोडक्ट तो बना लेता है, लेकिन उसे बेचने के लिए उन्हें सप्लाई चेन की दिक्कत आती है, मार्केटिंग की दिक्कत आती है। हमारी सरकार उन्हें इस समस्या से भी बाहर निकाल रही है। सरकार हाथ से बने उत्पादों की मार्केटिंग भी जोर दे रही है। देश के किसी न किसी कोने में हर रोज एक मार्केटिंग एग्जीबिशन लगाई जा रही है। भारत मंडपम की तरह ही देश के अनेक शहरों में प्रदर्शनी स्थल आज निर्माण किए जा रहे हैं। इसमें दैनिक भत्ते के साथ ही निःशुल्क स्टॉल भी मुहैया कराया जाता है। और आज खुशी की बात है कि हमारी नई पीढ़ी के जो नौजवान हैं, जो नए नए स्टार्टअप्स आ रहे हैं, स्टार्टअप की दुनिया के लोग भी, मेरे होनहार भारत के युवा, हथकरघा से बनी चीजें, हस्तशिल्प से बनी चीजें, हमारे कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री से बनी चीजें, उसके लिए अनेक नई नई टेक्निक, नई नई पैटर्न्स, उसके मार्केटिंग के नई नई व्यवस्थाएं, अनेक स्टार्टअप्स आजकल इस दुनिया में आए हैं। और इसलिए मैं उसके भविष्य को एक नयापन मिलता हुआ देख रहा हूं। आज वन डिस्ट्रिक्ट वन प्रोडक्ट योजना के तहत हर जिले में वहां के खास उत्पादों को प्रमोट किया जा रहा है। देश के रेलवे स्टेशनों पर भी ऐसे उत्पादों की बिक्री के लिए विशेष स्टॉल बनाए जा रहे हैं। हर जिले के, हर राज्य के हस्तशिल्प, हथकरघे से बनी चीजों को प्रमोट करने के लिए सरकार एकता मॉल भी बनवा रही है। एकता मॉल में उस राज्य के हस्तकला उत्पाद एक छत के नीचे होंगे। इसका भी बहुत बड़ा फायदा हमारे हैंडलूम सेक्टर से जुड़े भाई बहनों को होगा। आप में से किसी को अगर गुजरात में स्टैच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी देखने का अवसर मिला होगा तो वहां एक एकता मॉल बना हुआ है। हिंदुस्तान के हस्तशिल्पियों द्वारा बनी हुई देश के हर कोने की चीज वहां उपलब्ध होती है। तो टूरिस्ट वहां जो आता है तो वो एकता का अनुभव भी करता है और उसको हिंदुस्तान के जिस कोने की चीज चाहिए वहां से मिल जाती है। ऐसे एकता मॉल देश की सभी राजधानियों में बने, इस दिशा में एक प्रयास चल रहा है। हमारी इन चीजों का महात्म्य कितना है। मैं प्रधानमंत्री कार्यकाल में विदेश जाता हूं तो दुनिया के महानुभावों के लिए कुछ न कुछ भेंट सौगात ले जाना होता है। मेरा बड़ा आग्रह रहता है कि आप सब साथी जो बनाते हैं उन्हीं चीजों को मैं दुनिया के लोगों को देता हूं। उनको प्रसन्न तो करते ही हैं जब उनको मैं बताता हूं कि मेरे फलाने इलाके के फलाने गांव के लोगों ने बनाई है, तो वो बहुत प्रभावित भी हो जाते हैं। साथियों, हमारे हैंडलूम सेक्टर के भाई बहनों को डिजिटल इंडिया का भी लाभ मिले, इसका भी पूरा प्रयास है। आप जानते हैं सरकार ने खरीद बिक्री के लिए एक पोर्टल बनाया है, गवर्नमेंट ई मार्केट प्लेस, यानी जेम, GEM। जेम पर छोटे से छोटा कारीगर, शिल्पी, बुनकर अपना सामान सीधे सरकार को बेच सकता है। बहुत बड़ी संख्या में बुनकरों ने इसका लाभ उठाया है। आज हथकरघा और हस्तशिल्प से जुड़ी 2.25 लाख संस्थाएं जेम पोर्टल से जुड़ी हुई है। साथियों, हमारी सरकार अपने बुनकरों को दुनिया का बड़ा बाजार उपलब्ध कराने पर भी स्पष्ट रणनीति के साथ काम कर रही है। आज दुनिया की बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां भारत के एमएसएमईज, हमारे बुनकरों, कारीगरों, किसानों के उत्पादों को दुनिया भर के बाजारों तक ले जाने के लिए आगे आ रही है। मेरी ऐसी अनेक कंपनियों के नेतृत्व से सीधी चर्चा हुई है। दुनिया भर में इनके बड़े बड़े स्टोर्स है, रिटेल सप्लाई चेन है, बड़े बड़े मॉल्स हैं, दुकानें हैं। ऑनलाइन की दुनिया में भी इनका सामर्थ्य बहुत बड़ा है। ऐसी कंपनियों ने अब भारत के स्थानीय उत्पादों को विदेश के कोने कोने में ले जाने का संकल्प लिया है। हमारे मिलेट्स, जिसको हम अब श्री अन्न के रूप में पहचानते हैं, ये श्री अन्न हो, हमारे हैंडलूम के प्रोडक्ट्स हो, अब ये बड़ी इंटरनेशनल कंपनियां उन्हें दुनिया भर के बाजारों में लेके जाएगी। यानी प्रोडक्ट भारत का होगा, भारत में बना होगा, भारत के लोगों के पसीने की उसमें महक होगी और सप्लाई चेन इन मल्टीनेशनल कंपनियों की इस्तेमाल होगी। और इसका भी बहुत बड़ा फायदा हमारे देश के इस क्षेत्र से जुड़े हुए हर छोटे व्यक्ति को मिलने वाला है। साथियों, सरकार के इन प्रयासों के बीच आज मैं टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री और फैशन जगत के साथियों से भी एक बात कहूंगा। आज जब हम दुनिया की टॉप 3 इकोनॉमीज में आने के लिए कदम बढ़ा चुके हैं, तब हमें अपनी सोच और काम का दायरा भी बढ़ाना होगा।